All right, welcome everybody to the 9th session of the Red Storm Rising campaign adventure titled The Foulest of Spirits. And it has been foul, has it not?
Yes.
Of the foulest.
Very much.
In so many ways.
Well, if you've been,
Captain
watching,
McPoopy Hat that attacked me was the
Yeah.
foulest of it. That's a
Poopy McPoopy Pants, yes.
Yep,
And the caretaker ahead of him. So if you've been watching any of this, you know what we mean when we say the foulest of things. But the Foulest of Spirits is designed by Gooey Cube and is presented by the Greater Master Beholder Corps, where we hope tonight your minds will be opened by wonder. So tonight, we celebrate the creepiest of days on the Zyanthic calendar. It's known as Darktide's night. So prepare yourself, for this session is not for the faint of heart. And as always, playing today, we have Zane, and Mark, and Lee, and Chris,
Hey.
and I am Casey, better known as the emissary of the Great Mother. And so I ask you, my aberrations, are you creeped out yet?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shall we begin?
Yes. I sense that something wicked this way comes.
Maybe, or foul, as it were.
Yes. So,
Well, anything more wicked than we encountered in the last session with the steel, or the still golem. But I will say that retribution is gained as the night grows dim. Yet it's Darktide's night, and the way is grim. So who would like to give us just a quick recap of what happened in our last session tonight?
I'm trying to remember everything. We had a lot happen last session.
Well, we can all do it then, shall we?
Aye.
Well, we'll start with Theros. Give us your rendition of a highlight from the last session.
Well, the best part was the fact that we were inside the cottage, and though we had started off as a great horror B movie team of splitting up and getting trampled and getting killed, and well, not killed, but knocked down and unconscious, and running through houses that we'd never been through before, and hiding behind hanging chainsaw walls and so forth. We got our act together and we decided to go through this house, and we slaughtered all the icky poo-poo pants people, otherwise known as hillbillies.
the only one that got away was the giant in the attic.
And
Yeah, the butcher.
the giant
butcher,
who got away.
Butcher, man. Lee, what was the highlight for you then?
For me, it was actually the fight with the steam, I guess the still golem, and the ensuing steam elemental that came out of it after we had managed to drop its master and destroy it.
Boy, I was wondering, man, that thing slammed like crazy. I was wondering if I was going to do a party
Man.
wipe there for a bit.
It was on the verge.
Wow.
You
that
guys
thing
found
was
enough
tough.
healing potions to keep yourself alive, and you no
I'm
holds
still,
barred, but you
I'm
went
still
down.
thinking we need a short rest before we move.
Well,
on.
steam, physics came into play, and steam condenses, right? So
Yep,
eventually the steam golem or the steam elemental kind of took care of itself, but it did some damage. Boy, it took its chunk of flesh now, didn't it?
It took about 3.5 pounds of flesh. That's
I was gonna say, one's generous.
Yeah, no kidding. Chris, what was your
I had
highlight?
no problem with it. It wasn't hurting me any.
Let's see. Quimbar's probably highlight of the night was going to that room. Well, I can't call it really a highlight, but just kind of a shocker. Going to open up that door and seeing the old lady just waiting for us with her crossbow. And a few things happened in that room. For one thing,
Double-barreled crossbow.
I broke the crossbow, and then gave her a heart attack trying to save her. And then best I could do was fix the crossbow.
You saved the most important piece there. The crossbow. Yes.
You did well. You did good,
cannibal
boy.
granny go, man. Let the old cannibal granny go.
Darn it, Jed. Yeah, Mark, what's your
for
highlight?
Fleegan, the steam golem was fun. The granny was despicable, but for me, the highlight of the moment is when Billy hit the last hillbilly in the ass to kill him on carpet inside the building.
We've got to have we're going to have to bring a rug around with us from now on to roll out Billy.
Everything has a theme. I mean, Graxel needs 8 legs, and Billy needs a carpet, and we'll see, boy. And
Kenna needs to not leave the rest of the group.
The pretty girl doesn't run away. And,
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. We're learning our lessons, but again, as we said, it's this is not Dungeons and Dragons. You can split the party because it's hillbillies and homesteads, right, or farmyards.
Yep.
Hogsteads.
Yeah, hog yards.
Hillbillies and hog yards. Yeah, something like that. Well, sounds fun, guys. I'm going to give you a little bit of an extra boon because y'all contributed and did a great job. So everybody, roll me a d20, and we'll find out if you get yourself a reward tonight.
Yes!
Oh, look at that!
Wow,
That's
off the
guaranteed
bat.
right there.
Yes!
Oh,
There we
Theros, you get one too.
Oh, so close, Quimper. So close.
Kimber actually gets one.
What?
Nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel special.
Sorry, Fleegan.
See, you guys wanted me to burn a bunch. I burned a bunch, and what happens? I get a 13.
I'll share.
All right.
Nice.
Temporary
That'll help
hit
us
points.
out.
Look at that.
That's
Okay.
the one. That's one of the ones that I used during a couple of sessions ago.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we'll give Theros the temporary hit points. Let me go find that. Okay.
Quimper gets a hero point.
Click. Click.
Wow.
Click.
We need to shorten that text up. That's some long text.
And then, did you say hero point?
Yeah, Quimper
Hero
got a
point.
hero point.
Kimber got a healer hero point. Sweet. I
So
love those. Those
the
are
healer gets the hero point. The meat shield gets extra hit points.
And I get advantage on an ability check.
And I get a rock.
And I got a rock.
Well, that goes with Halloween very well.
Well, yeah, the sheet I'm using has been stabbed through so many times I look like Charlie Brown. It's
Well, it's a treat kind of night, my friends. We got 3 gooey rewards as treats, so
yes. I'm sure the tricks are coming.
the tricks are coming. Yes, they are. Oh, did I say that? You said advantage on a saving throw. I wasn't looking at the chat log. Advantage on
Ability check. Yep.
All right, let's get you an advantage on ability check here. And if the music gets a little annoying, let me know.
No, it's soft enough that it's.
I have some other music we can change to at some point if we need to. So, all right, you should all have your gooey rewards in your journal now. So we will move on. Congratulations on that. And you all decided that after you collected Jonas and found that his colleague was long dead, and there was not much you could do, and you have realized that your experience with this butcher clan was just beyond the pale. The decision was made to burn the place, burn it with fire, and so therefore
Oh yes.
you've collected Jonas, who needs all sorts of assistance because he was almost gone. He really endured a lot at the hands of these folks. And he went through the house and had already prepped your Molotov cocktails and started burning things. And so as you stand
We also
on
collected
the
killers.
hillside for the road that goes down towards the Butcher homestead, you watch as the buildings are engulfed in flames, as the place burns to the ground, and you think, night has come, it's Darktide's night, what kind of things might we experience? But in the red glow and the warmth of the fire of the burning cottage, you feel that it's putting demons to rest, as they should be. You hear the squeal of the man-eating hogs as they burn under the fire, as the manure ignites under the flames that you set within their pen. And you hear a screech and a howl in the distance. Not sure where that came from, but just the feeling of impending doom is there as you think, what kind of things might you encounter as you begin to make your trek back to the Meiji Hound Inn.
I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I think we should take a short rest and use hit dice for healing, because I'm at half. I don't think Quimber's quite there.
Quimber's not all there.
In many ways, but yes.
And you're more than welcome to take a short rest if you would like, because it would be a good opportunity for me to announce that Jonas kind of comes around a bit and begins to say, "Oh, Walt. Oh, my friends. I do not remember. Oh, my brain, it's in such a fog. The pain. Where am I? What is going on, my friends?" And as he's asking those questions at this point, if you guys do want to take a short rest, you have the opportunity to, and you're welcome to utilize any hit dice that you have available to spend, of which you're all first level, so it's one hit die. If you haven't used them already, which I don't think we've taken a short rest. So we had a gooey rest ahead of this, I believe. So.
Yay! I got all 8 back.
All right. So Kenna gets her hit points back. Anybody else gonna roll a hit die? Make sure you subtract that hit die.
I did.
Oh, I'll take it too.
Oh, look at that. Thero's got max amount of hit points.
Nice.
So that's 12 plus your Constitution modifier there, friend.
That's right.
And I'm down 1, so if I used it, I would go up the maximum. I'm not going to use it.
All right.
Yeah, don't bother with that. That's fine.
So Kimber heals up a little bit. So you all are welcome to do your thing.
Oh wait, I got 2 rolls somehow. I'm sorry.
Didn't you take the first one?
Oh, that's
and
good.
Then, for some reason, I have unless I'm on the wrong thing here. There we go. I have Gror at 0. So I'm not sure what he was supposed to be at.
He had made death saves, but I think we stuffed a potion in him, but I don't remember what.
We saved him.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we scroll up and look. If somebody wants to scroll up and
yeah,
look.
he did have a death save. We rolled a 5.
Yeah, I see.
And that was right after, and then we just said we had 2 potions left out of we used 3, so it was right at the end.
Okay, so it appears that you all used a potion on him, so I guess you need to subtract another potion, right? And we'll roll the /bar 2d4 plus 2.
I think we used. Let's see. I used 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kenna, you used 1, right?
No, I did not.
Okay. I think we used 3, including the one we stuffed down Gror's.
Yes, 3 total that we've used, and we found a total of 7 of them. So I think we've got 4 left. I will go back and check my notes.
Okay, so that roll that I made, that 5, that's how many hit points he got back there, and then I'm going to have him go ahead and roll a hit die, which is going to be for a fighter is
D10 plus
10?
con.
D10.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's say that'll be +4. Look, he's got some constitution. /R 1d10 +4. 7 more. So
Unless my math is incorrect, we have 3 total potions left, 3 total healing potions left. We also have a potion of strength and an antitoxin if we need them.
Okay. All right. You sure you have 3, not 2?
Healing potion, healing potion, healing potion.
It's entirely possible because I know you guys picked up quite a few.
Yes, we have 3. Three that have not been used yet.
All right. So Groar's back
Because
up
of
to
the
12 points.
the one they gave us at the inn, the
Okay.
owners.
That's right. Forgot about that one.
Billy. Let me see where Billy is here. Yeah, Billy's fine. Okay. All right. Well, Killer, as the farm is burning down, kind of comes over and sits down at Theros's feet and kind of looks up at him with his tongue hanging out, and starts kind of wagging his tail and just, you know.
I'll give him a
for a
good
treat,
pet
in other words.
and a little treat. And
Yeah, well, I think you might have found yourself a friend there. So.
I'll take him.
All right. Well, all right. So you guys have all done your short rest things there. So old Constable Rolf, or not Constable Rolf, I'm sorry, Jonas. They look very similar.
Yes,
They
they
do.
do.
The artist did a good job.
Tell me, friends, why am I here? What is this place? What is going on? I seem to have taken a bad knock to the head.
This, my friend, is the butcher's farm. You were sent here by Constable Rolf to investigate with a group of people, and you are the only survivor, unfortunately. We have managed to take out the butchers. One managed to get away, but this is what we have decided is the proper end to their existence. And I kind of indicate the burning farm.
Yeah, he looks off in the distance to see the farm in flames, and at the name of Rolf, he seems to kind of come about to himself a little bit more. Oh, yes. Oh, Rolf, he's sent me on the mission to. Oh, I think he's coming back now. We had come here to investigate some questions about these folk. Oh my! And you kind of see him go pale a little bit, and he kind of swoons some. What do you do?
Oh, I hold him up, keep him from falling.
Oh, my dear, thank you kindly. Give me a moment. Some of even the emotion of what has transpired is. It's a bit overwhelming. It's almost if I wished it was a dream, but it seems as if it was not. The cuts. And he looks down at his body, and he's all he's really wearing is somewhat of rags around his waist and his covering his genital area and much, but he has no shirt, and his pants are somewhat ragged, and you see some pretty nasty scars that are still kind of weeping blood scratched in his chest, and it almost seems as if there's a definite symbol that must have been cut into his flesh, and he has many black and yellow and greenish bruises all over portions of his body, and it seems as if it's possible that his ankles are if not severely sprained, even possibly dislocated. He is really unable to stand well. And he's in quite poor shape, and it seems as if the pain's starting to come back to him. And,
Theros, do you have a spare shirt you could lend the man?
Yeah, we can give him a cloak and equipment.
Oh, thank you, my
Something
friends.
something to wear. Make sure he's okay.
These despicable people. I must get back and share what has happened. But you're saying that you have defeated them?
Yes, there was a large giant of a man in the attic who got away, but we did. The rest of the family is no more.
Oh, well, we are quite indebted in you because of the dastardly deeds that. Oh my heads. Oh my. And as he's saying this, we're going to kind of break the fourth wall a little bit, and we're going to kind of go back to a memory. And so take yourselves away from the setting at hand, and kind of go into a dream sequence as he begins to recall, as you guys visualize the story of Rolf, known as the Taste of Evil. Something foul doth abide in the hills. Can we get moving? This place gives me the creeps, grumbled Deimos. Sergeant Jonas looked sharply at his guardsman and folded the scrap of parchment in his hand, and then tucked it under a rock where, hopefully, trained eyes would search, but drunken thugs would overlook. In gazing up at the rock formation looming over him, he had to agree. In other circumstances, it might be amusing to come across a huge rock formation that looked like a squatting hog. But as night had fallen, the wind had picked up, and the gusts ripping through its jagged, stony tusks made it sound like the porcine monument was letting out a demonic squeal to warn of their approach. Are you serious, Bateman? Bad enough when you drink on watch, but you're getting sloshed when we're all about to go into a fight? And on that nasty butcher backwash, no less, hissed Guardsman Trenk. With a shrug, Guardsman Bateman dropped the jug he was sipping from back into the pile of crude earthenware growlers he had taken it from at the base of the rock, and the loud smash of shattering ceramic filled the clearing as the jugs collided and the foul-smelling liquid began to soak the ground around the rocky outcropping. You absolute piece of, began Triac, but up the path something large rustled in the undergrowth. Jonas drew his sword, and the other 3 townsguard leveled their halberds, but the clearing had gone still and silent. Keep it down, ordered Jonas. Step lively. I want to get back before nightfall. They quickly marched up the dirt path with weapons at the ready. Jonas had hoped to get this over with quickly, but few in town had ever been up to the butcher place, and it was proving to take most of the day just to get there. We're heading up to the old butcher place, ain't we? Rambled Deimos. Something's going on up here. Best to stay out of their affairs, ain't it, Sarge? They keep to themselves. They got nothing to do with the town. Well, and even if they do, I don't want to be involved in any of it. Makes my skin crawl every time one of them walks past, he continued. Seriously, shut up, Deimos. You'll get back-to-back watchers for the rest of the week, whispered Jonas. They continued up the track, which was slick and uneven in many places. And although Jonas didn't like all the noise his guards were making as they stumbled and cursed their way through the inky darkness of the forest path, he didn't want to risk a lantern. He came to regret this decision, however, as Trenk slipped on some loose gravel and his helmet loudly clanged against the rock as it bounded back down the hill. And as Trenk arose and brushed himself off, a septic stink wafted over the squad, causing them to double over, gagging. Ye gods, what is that smell? Did you soil yourself when you fell, Trink? Asked Demos. It smells like Scrave's paw, man. It twarn't me, sulked Trank, sniffing his armpits to make sure. Jonas then heard a strange, guttural giggle echoing in the branches overhead, followed by a sickening crunch and a thud behind him, and turning he saw Trank sprawled on the ground. A large red wound was sunk into his skull where a fist-sized stone had struck him, and the guardsman moaned pitifully but did not move. Watch out above! Who goes there? Shouted Jonas, but he couldn't make out anything among the dead leaves and gnarled branches. The unnerving snicker continued, closer now, but muffled. Demos pressed his ear against the trunk of the tree that seemed to be the source of the crude chuckle. Stay on and save us! They're in the trees, he gasped, recoiling. He began to hack into the dry wood of the hollow tree with his halberd. He got several good notches hacked into the wood before the weapon stuck fast in a knot, and as he struggled to pull it free, a fresh wave of nauseous odor spread across the path. Jonas retched and nearly fell to his knees. Bateman stood off to the side, lazily leaning on his polearm, seemingly unperturbed. A ragged, blood-curdling howl tore through the evening air, joined by a baying from all directions. And erupting from the brush, a pack of large hounds charged poor Trank as he lay on the ground, tearing at his limbs, and they were followed by 3 men and a woman, who added to the cacophony with their own whoops and shrieks. Woo! Ha! The woman wore only a dirty white shift and a strange headdress of dried grass, and her unearthly appearance and unnerving screeches nearly convinced Jonas she was a banshee come to claim their souls. She immediately jumped on Demos, swinging a tarnished metal hook in each hand. He drew his dagger in desperate attempt to fend her off, but was too late. One of the rusted hooks bit deep into his neck, releasing a final, blood-gargled breath from his lips as he collapsed. And the woman let out a marvelous yet wicked laugh as she wiped at the blood splattered across her face with her sleeve. Jonas wanted to cry out in fury and rush to Damos's. 3 men were already upon him, and he was forced into a desperate defense. All 3 swung blunt, rusty cleavers, and the one in the lead also jabbed and parried with a crude but wickedly sharp knife in the other hand. And the man to Jonas's right increasingly gibbered in high-pitched, almost animalistic cackle. In a brief pause, he saw that Bateman was still lazing off to the side of the road, examining his fingernails for dirt. Bateman! Good gods, man! Help! He pleaded. It's all about this, Sarge. You're a good kid. Unfortunately, that makes you a liability, Bateman said in a lazy drawl. It's your uncle's fault for poking his nose where it don't belong. I tell you what, drop that sword and come on quiet like, and you can help us convince him to mind his own business. What do you say? Jonas appraised the situation. He was a better swordsman than any of his foes, but he was surrounded, and the 3 men arrayed against him fought with surprisingly intuitive coordination. The odds weren't in his favor. It'd be best to give up while he could keep his life. But on the other hand, Bateman had just proved he was a worse traitor than Jonas had ever expected, and that was saying something. Why take his word on this? So as he considered, a cloud of putrid fetor, the most disgusting yet, enveloped him. Heaving, he turned to see a huge, revolting figure covered in head to toe in cakes of slimy offal, and surrounded by a cloud of flies, and standing just behind him with a sledge in his hands. The excrement-coated man grinned, revealing only a handful of blackened stumps where teeth should be. Good night, little fella, He wheezed, bringing down the sledge on the guard captain's helmet, and Jonas crumpled to the ground as the forest about him went black. Pain was the first thing to return, although it seemed to consume his entire body, and then his head knocked against something hard, and the agony gathered in searing torment in his skull, and his eyes opened, and Jonas saw he was being dragged by his legs up the path. Half a dozen paces away stood a rickety old fence. Two of the attackers were struggling to push a body over the top of the pickets, and finally it tipped over the top and plopped wetly in the mud on the other side. Jonas couldn't focus his vision enough to see past the fence, but he heard the sounds of raucous squealing, visceral tearing, and crunching bone soon after. Cold terror sank deep into the pit of his gut. Oh, Hez, they sure is hungry, ain't they? Look at him go, the attacker with the shrill voice said. Sure is, Cutter, sure is, replied in a gravelly tone. No, Jonas tried to protest, but his eyes weighed heavily and the unconsciousness took him once more.
Wow.
Slowly, Jonas realized that he was awake again. It seemed like it took hours to claw out of the darkness. Through the throbbing pain back into full awareness. It was unbearably hot and humid, and an orange glow shone through his swollen eyelids long before he could force them open. And when he finally did so, Jonas briefly considered he might be dead. In some horrid underworld where damned souls were tortured by cruel, devilish jailers for all eternity, and he was surrounded by hissing pipes that leaked scalding steam, and bloody cadavers that hung from jagged iron hooks. He was stripped naked and bound with tight, coarse robes at his wrists and ankles, and he had already worn painful furrows into his flesh. He was hung by his fetters from one of the hooks that protruded from a stone wall, and on closer examination the bodies looked to be half butchered, hogs except for the one to his left. Although the face was so badly mangled, he didn't recognize it. He could see the bloody head wound that had taken down Trenk. The man wasn't moving. Deep gashes covered his entire body, and a scattering of large bruises showed the abuse hadn't stopped after he'd gone down. And although the pain in Jonas's head still dominated his attention, he could feel they'd been far from careful with him as well. He struggled with the ropes, but he didn't get much of a chance before someone entered the room. It was a woman. The woman, still stained from the blood of his squad, and she padded gracefully over to one corner, where a series of large copper pots and tubes formed an enormous distilling apparatus, and she lit a bundle of herbs and began to chant. And in complete contrast to the horror Jonas was experiencing, her singing was beautiful. Jonas didn't understand the words, but despite her dulcet voice, he couldn't shake the sinister, nauseous feeling it gave him. And though he figured it must be the ringing in his head playing tricks on his ears, he thought he sometimes heard the steaming still groaning back as she intoned her song. A fresh wave of pain washed over Jonas, and he couldn't help but let out a grunt. Ugh. The woman trailed off and turned to look at him with a smile. Ah, wake, darling, she said. About time. I've got such plans for you. and she hummed to herself as she casually strolled over to him. Of course, what I really want to do with you, and ain't in the cards. Oh, I'm afraid our Lord Ulf has got a claim on you. I can't do nothing about that. But, she whispered as she leaned close to him, we can still sneak in some fun if you play along. Suddenly, she dug her finger deep into an open wound on his side, and Jonas. She giggled as she began to softly trace her stained finger across his chest and stomach, outlining a strange occult pattern in his own blood. Jonas sighed in relief as the pain subsided, ashamed at the strange thrill of her gentler touch. Oh, enjoyed that, did you? She purred. Yet he blanched as she drew a knife from her belt, and the fear returning twice over. Well, this pot is even better, at least for me, she said with a dark look. And then the blade sliced into his skin, and he screamed as she began to redraw the pattern again in more permanent fashion. Oh, hold still, darling. We won't get to the best stuff if you make me slip up now. She shouted over his cries, and his howls of pain escaped the stone building to the yard outside, where the hogs took up the cry and added their own squeals to the din, and the sounds echoed through the woods, but faded to silence long before reaching any friendly ears.
Wow.
And you guys come back as you feel the pain and the horror of what he endured. Tell me what your characters are thinking.
Unimaginable. How can you come back from something like that and be the same person?
Oh, I don't even know. By the grace of the gods, I've been smiled upon. But the statement she made about being mocked by all fullness, that evil, I can't even imagine. I'd rather just forget. And you see at this point that Killer is kind of laying at his feet and kind of whimpering, and Billy kind of goes over and just kind of nuzzles up against him. He absentmindly starts to scratch his head. Tell me what one of the others here. Tell me what your character is feeling and thinking.
Like crushing something.
Yeah,
They must be punished.
they were punished.
Most of them have been. Most of them.
I'm quite relieved that you've taken this dark evil from this world. I shall speak very kindly and highly of you to my uncle.
Your uncle has become more a friend to us than any other constable we have ever dealt with in our past. We will just be happy. We will just be happy to get you back to him, and to find out if, and I hold up Joan's letter, if whoever that is. is involved in this.
He takes a glance over the letter and reads it through and says, "Well, I do know that Odile is the unequivocal patriarch of this clan. I would suspect that it's referring to Odile here, and he wrote this horrendous note. Oh, despicable, diabolical, as it were."
Then we need to get this back to your brother, because
Yes.
that needs to be resolved.
I believe you're right. I think we should make haste on back. I'm going to need you to help me. My ankles. I think maybe there's something seriously wrong, and I'm going to need some.
I'll carry you.
Some help, and I appreciate that, my friend. I do not think I can walk quite a way. The night is dark, and the ground is slick, and there's a cold bite on the. What is the night? What day is it? I do not know how. I've been here. What is the day?
The most horrible night of the year.
Darktide.
It's
It is
Darktide already?
Yes.
So perhaps I should get this lantern started, use some of this fire, get this Darktide lantern started, keep the evil away.
That's
I believe
not a
that
bad
would not be
option.
a bad idea.
Good idea.
And I think we should make haste. It's night on Darktide, and we're in an obviously demon and dark god worshipped location. I believe that woman, she was a priestess for Foulest.
Was.
We
took care of her as well. Quick question, Casey.
Yes.
When we first got him off the hooks and first talking to him, did he say that he was fed some of that foul-tasting liquor?
I don't remember.
Okay, I just remember. I think I remember hearing you say that. But
Maybe
that was
it
2 weeks ago.
I don't remember. So, yeah.
Then let's get a move on. I've got dark vision, so I will scout slightly ahead, not leaving myself in a place where I'm going to get, ganked while the rest of the party can't know about it. But just a little bit ahead. So
I have dark vision and I'm shorter.
Well, you can go through the woods. So how about this? Can we salvage some sort of a weapon and clothing, obviously for Jonas, but let us. I think it would be best, Fleegan, if you were in the woods, sneaking along, keeping an eye on the path, and Kenna, you can lead, and then it would be myself, Quimber, and then Grar can pull up the rear.
And remember, if you're attacked, Kenna, scream like a girl. And remember, if you're attacked, scream like a girl.
Yes.
Of course, do. All right. Well, you guys leave the butcher stead behind, thankful that nothing will remain of it but ashes come morning, and knowing that there's good space between the buildings and the trees surrounding it, it should not cause any sort of forest fire. And you hear the dying squeals of the hogs. They're overcome by the flames as you head up over the hill, and as you pass the bodies of the large mosquitoes that attacked you later in the evening, you're thankful that you made it to this point alive. And as you start back down the dark trail to the Mangy Hound, night has fully settled over the area, and the fiery glow of the butcher farmstead soon disappearing behind you. And the woods become profoundly dark, and a chill wind picks up a thick layer of clouds across the sky, blocking all starlight and frequently hiding the face of Luneos. Strangely, though, the red star seems to never be hidden behind a cloud cover, and its grotesque crimson light does not seem to dissipate, and the forest feels unnaturally quiet, with only the occasional gust rattling dry branches to disturb the stillness, and yet the black spaces between the trunks still seem watchful as you pass. How do you all proceed?
Do we take the same route we did before?
See, it appears to be the fastest.
It also appears to be the most stable. We won't have to go through underbrush.
Before we take off, I'm going to pull Quimber aside. Out of earshot.
Hey. Yeah.
Quimber?
What's going on?
This tale is very disturbing that Jonas told us. But he's also been branded by this whatever. I want you to follow behind me as I carry him, and I want you to keep an eye on him. Just in case.
I understand. I kind of had the same thought. I mean, he sort of left this world and came back. And don't know if he came back the same person.
I've been bitten by zombies and wolverines. I don't need something else.
Werverines, sir.
Werverines.
Werverines.
I don't need something else, as I'm carrying him.
I have no reason to make excuses of being close to him. I am the, well, you know, not so much right now, but I am the healer of the group, and I'll stay close to him in case he seems to be in any kind of duress if he asks me why. And I'll also help carry him. We'll take turns watching.
Very good. Let us go.
All right, you guys see the trail that you're heading along the
Yep.
map, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, a chill deeper than the winter wind suddenly seeps into your bones. You feel a disturbing presence. Its stare boring into the back of your head, and an almost irresistible urge to look over your shoulder to see what it is stalking you takes hold. And I should have mentioned, I'm sorry, that Kenna, you're the one who feels that stare into the back of you. What do you do?
I move close to Fleegan and I say, I think I may be having those visions again because I feel something watching me. So if I start to act strange, you'll know why.
Okay, dokie. I'll tackle you before you start running off in the woods or something.
Yes, please.
And Fleegan will keep an eye behind her, looking for things, looking at her, you know.
Looking at him, looking at her, looking at him.
Looking at the party, yeah, looking at the road.
We've had too many experiences where something watching us feeling was actually something watching us.
Yeah, I want to make sure that that's not the case. So
Well said.
So I guess we continue on for now.
I would like to see if we can find some piece of rope or something to make a leash for Killer.
That's easy enough. We've got rope.
Yep. So just wanted to say that make some sort of a leash for him. You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, you can do that. He tends to stay fairly close to you. But you're more to do that.
Rub his tummy and he'll be your friend forever.
Already did.
I think he already is his friend.
Done and done.
He's his BFF. Yeah. So, okay, so you guys head on down the path, and Kenna.
Yeah.
You hear something move in the darkness on the path behind you.
Okay. I do have my bow out, as I would in this situation, and I will scan the area with my dark vision, see if I see anything.
You turn around and you look at the path behind you. And at first you don't see anything other than just kind of a heavy mist, wind. And as again the sky has darkened, although there is just that red pale, and it's almost a violet color now that you see in the sky. But you see nothing on the trail, and just as you're about to look away, a pair of glowing red eyes open in the darkness, and the formless shadows around it coalesce into a feminine figure in flowing formal dresses. I'm going to show it to you here. The spectral woman extends a translucent hand, gesturing towards a rough, overgrown path leading into the trees. What do you do?
Guys, is anyone else seeing this? And I kind of raise the bow in the direction of the figure.
Do you all turn around?
Yes, Fleegan does.
We'll look that way.
Okay. You do see it.
I keep my eye on the guy on back of Theros, just in case.
I'm not sure, but it is beckoning us in this direction.
Wasn't the last thing that had glowing eyes tried to eat us?
That was a possum. Dire possum, but
Still
Dire
trying to
and
eat
dead
us.
possum. Oh, I forgot. It peed on me too. Great.
yeah. There is that. Pretty sure that this specter is not going to pee on you.
What do you guys do?
It's beckoning
I-
us to move someplace.
Am
Doesn't
I
feel like it's
sensing
threatening to us. Go ahead.
that it needs us? It needs me to follow it?
You're
Do I
not
feel like-
sensing that it needs
okay.
you to follow it. You're not getting the it needs it, but it's definitely motioning for you to proceed down the path.
And this is not the path we came up on? It's a separate path?
No, it's a separate path that you don't remember seeing when you had passed this way before.
Guys, last time I had this kind of feeling and something like this, we found that house on the way to get the messages for Borag. We may want to investigate this. There may be... I feel it's important somehow.
Is there any kind of ghost stories or history stories about evil spirits, pulling people off paths on this particular night?
There are plenty of stories about all kinds of strange happenings on this particular
Anything
night.
like this with the glowing eyes and a lady floating and stuff?
Give me a history check.
Isn't there like a local legend? That's why I made that one guy's eyes glow and stuff to scare the people off.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting to see here. Yeah, nothing that you would have remembered specific to this. You just know that there are many types of, well, shall we say, paranormal activity that happens on this night.
They were floating guys with red eyes. They were floating dogs with red eyes. I gotcha, yeah.
Lots of scary stories. What do you guys do?
Can you talk to her, Kenna?
I don't know. Let me find out. I will approach within maybe 20 feet of it. And if it doesn't go away, I will address it and say, "Hello, what is it that you want of me?"
As you approach, it seems to regard you, but it's unclear on whether or not it's recognizing anything that you've said or understood anything that you said. And it turns and begins to float farther down the path that it was beckoning you to travel down. And then stops and turns back around, and you see the glowing red eyes again regarding you, and it continues to beckon forward.
I don't know, guys. I'll leave this up to you. Last time we ended up in a horror shack that had us being stabbed by... Oh, wait. We've been in 2 horror shacks where we've been stabbed by people covered in their own feces.
Yes, and zombies.
I think we like... It's called the Foulest of Spirits because we like the poop, right?
It's something like that. That's...
Oh.
Shortly thereafter, Kenna, you begin to hear what sounds like whispers, unintelligible whispers in your ear, and though you do not understand what they're saying, you get the feeling that it's urging you to proceed down the path.
I will inform the rest of the group of this. I'm hearing voices again, and they're urging me down the path, guys.
Well, we've played hero before. We might as well continue.
Okay. Everybody stay close and keep an eye around us. I guess we're following.
Okay, so you proceed down the path there.
Mm-hmm.
Quimber, do you have any insight?
You with us, Quimber?
Kimber,
Quimber?
did we lose Chris for a second?
Maybe. I had not seen him key up at all, and I don't see him muted.
Okay. Well, he may have headed off. It looks like Trace getting on.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
All right, Kimber, are you with us?
Yes, sir. Had a unexpected guest come over. Had to give him a Halloween package, and he's heading back out the door.
Cool.
Oh,
Go ahead and ask your question again.
Kimber, do you have any insight on this ghost? Can you pray over this? What are we to do?
Can I roll to see what I had heard earlier?
Yeah, give me an insight check. There's nothing that you would have heard in the past that makes you feel like you can answer that question confidently, other than you get this feeling that you're all about helping. That's kind of been your MO, and so if somebody needs help, then maybe it's the shadow of someone long dead that is seeking assistance, that maybe you as a cleric could offer a blessing of Kismia to assist with, ushering somebody beyond the bridge of the dead.
I feel like it's needs us. Maybe we should follow. I know it seems like the inappropriate time to go off and do something else when we need to head straight back, but if this is some kind of haunting legend that's been around here, this may be the only chance that we have on Darktide at this moment to find out. But it is.
I agree.
It may be the one day a year that she's able to break the veil. Ask for help.
Yes.
I concur, and I will take point.
All right.
Okay. As you do such, as you guys begin to consider walking down the trail, and Kimber gives his speech, you see a bunch of lights off in the trees, off to each side, where an odd glimmer amongst the branches catches your eye. and a small chest-high light bobs around between the trunks of the trees some distance away. Under the dark pale of Darktide, its glow is unmistakable, and then soon it is joined by others in a procession that slowly marches parallel to your own path. Yet, rather like the warm, hale light of lanterns, these candle-like motes of illumination flicker pale blues and greens. What do you do?
Like maybe the stories we've heard of will-o-wisps?
Will-o-wisps that you've heard type of creature some believe are just Feyari who are playing tricks, the unseelie Feyari who might be playing tricks on unsuspecting travelers, and some people don't believe that the will-o-wisps even exist, and if they do, they're often bright sparkly lights, whereas these are kind of multicolored hued lights that are kind of changing in pale blues and greens, but seem to flicker as if they're candles.
So more like really just cold colored candles that in the woods.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I still see the woman?
Yes. Again, she seems to keep about 30 to 40 foot distance from you all, and if you stop, she stops as well and just continues to beckon you forward, and as you move forward, she turns and continues to float down the path leading you on.
Okay. Let's keep an eye on those lights, but continue to follow her, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm keeping my shield tight.
Aye!
My holy symbol tighter.
Welcome, Gror. Welcome.
Yes.
We've heard a tale of woe from Jonas, and you can go back and listen to that another time. But at this point, we're heading on back to town. But they encountered some glowing red eyes that turned into a floating spectral woman.
I heard that part.
Down a dark spooky path. Spooky path. Okay, good.
A well done story, might I ask?
Yeah. Does Gror get a roll for a Gooey reward?
No, unfortunately.
Gror is late. He should not.
Too late.
The Gooey reward rule means you must be present to win.
Gror was with the constables at that moment, so Gror
you were doing a fine deed, helping society. You were doing a Samaritan's call, so we appreciate what you were. And
I don't.
About that later. Go ahead. Sorry.
Let's chase the ghost lady instead.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've added another
all about the
another
ladies with
pet
you.
for the party. Theros has a vanity pet now named Carol.
Wow.
So we now have a goat, pony, and a dog. Yeah.
Oh, a dog.
Yep,
The
killer.
dude with the beard.
That is Jonas, Rolf's nephew.
Oh,
So
now
I ask Roar that you put yourself in a mind of this dark night of Darktide and feel the darkness and the spookiness about it, and feel as we move forward.
Irie!
Spectre leads you on.
He'll be okay as long as Billy's by his side.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I guess we continue on, keeping an eye on the colored lights to the sides, making sure
Everybody
they are
give me
not
a perception
threatening.
check, please.
That.
Wow, everyone.
It was okay to just do it that way, Casey.
I have to for a perception check for everyone.
That works. So, everyone, as you're heading down the path, the sky overhead remains bizarrely motionless, as if the stars and the moons and even the dancers around Lunaeus, the comets that circle Lunaeus, have come to a strange stop. A sharp, cold wind whistles past you, and you can hear a voice amongst the shrill sounds or you hear a shrill voice waft upon the cold wind. What you hear is, "One is betrayer. They're here. You don't belong here." And the voice trails off.
Well, that's pleasant.
Can I recount what I said earlier? That's hit on bad guys.
Did I hear that Kembers are about ready to turn tail and run?
Yeah, pretty much. But I'll stand fast with my kin.
What do you do?
I'm definitely not running, but I got my shield and Billy. I'm gonna take Billy from Groar just so I have something to grab onto.
Well,
Okay.
we know it's not Billy, and Billy has good taste, so it's not Groar. Quimber is too cool, so it's got to be either Killer, Theros, Kenna, or me.
Or Jonas.
Yeah.
No, the guy who had been carved up. No, He
The guy
can't
that
be
has
there.
a symbol carved in his side. Surely not.
Well, Killer is
Yeah.
showing no loyalties right now. You know, he's loyal to those other people. Now
Yeah.
he's disloyal to us.
Yeah, he wasn't very loyal to the last group.
Theros.
Well, they didn't pet his tummy.
True.
Theros.
Yes.
You begin to feel a frigid sensation crawl up your spine. The sensation comes and goes over the next few minutes. Before spreading across your back and shoulders, it's now clear that some sort of large insect must be crawling across your skin on ice-cold legs. What do you do?
Get it off! Get it off! Quimber, get it off!
Yeah. I let go of Billy and jump to see what's on Theros and get it off.
You don't see anything on Theros.
I'm like panicking. What?
It's a big bug on my back. Get it
Use
off!
your hammer. Use your mace.
I'm like searching him now, trying to find something.
You feel cold, dead fingers start to wrap around the back of your neck, and you start to feel a tingling sensation as you're losing feeling in your limbs, and you go to your knees as a sharp chill begins to coalesce across your body.
I'll obviously put down Jonah and cry out for help.
I started searching down the... It must have went down in your shirt or armor. I start looking in there.
I don't have armor. I'm pretty much shirtless.
Well, that makes it easy then.
Yeah.
When you guys see Theros go to his knees and start to yell out for help, Kember's obviously trying to find this bug that's attacking him. What do you guys do?
I'm looking at all the hair on his body. I thought it was armor at first.
Braided. It's
Well, we'll
braided
take
like
out-
the dwarves. You know,
Quick,
good
unbraid it.
armor.
Comb it out. Comb it out.
Or take out like the cherry cordial draught and try to give that to Theros, because that'll cure anything.
Okay,
I'll
so he
drink
hands
whatever.
you the flask. And
All right,
you
I'll-
take a drink.
I'll drink.
Okay, you take a swig, and the telltale warm liquid fills your throat and slides down and starts to feel your torso starts to warm, and it seems to make the feeling abate, and you kind of come back to yourself, and that choking feeling seems to trail off, and you begin to get feeling back in your legs and fingers again.
I'll move my hands and check my hands and my feet, and I don't know what happened.
Turned into a
Something
lady.
was choking me with an ice touch. Was it that ghost?
No, I think she's still ahead of us.
You all have stopped, and she stopped and is just continuing to stare at you with those unmoving red glowing eyes, motioning to continue down the path. What do you do?
Let's get moving. Let's move faster. Maybe she'll move faster. Something's trying to stop us.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
The overground path continues to
I'll
get a
take
little bit.
Billy if Kimber doesn't want to anymore. It's up to him, but somebody needs goat duty.
Yeah, I kind of look like I lost something special when you take Billy, but then I go back to Theros because.
Well, you take him then.
I missed something. Some bug crawled on his back and he fell to his knees because I wasn't doing my job.
That's not normal. Bugs usually don't make Theros fall to his knees.
It felt like a bug. How did Killer react, by the way, during this episode?
Didn't really seem to do a whole lot. I mean, he kind of sat there
Perfect
with his
town
tongue
dog.
hanging out, just kind of going.
Killer
Perfect
seems to
town
be about
dog.
as he seems to be about as sharp as a bag of hammers. So
It's already been a long night. Let me help by carrying Jonas for a while.
All right.
Is Jonas walking?
No, Jonas
He's
can't
not.
walk. His ankles maybe possibly
possibly be
dislocated. So
Broken.
Theros
Yeah.
was carrying him, but when he went down to his knees, he kind of let him down on the ground. And Jonas is he seems to, after his soliloquy, has started to kind of trail back off and is not unresponsive, but not real lucid at this point. Yeah, you guys notice as you continue on a little bit quick, the trail starts to kind of get more congested with snarling branches and leaves and things like that, and the gloom of this Darktide's night seems deeper than that of more wholesome evenings. But to your surprise, the woods around you are suddenly cast in even more profound darkness. Looking to the sky, the clouds still seem frozen in place, leaving no obvious source for the immense shadow that has fallen on the world. Something in the back of your mind urges you to flee from what it takes to be an impending catastrophe. But soon the shadow passes without incident. And you guys see that the trail before you looks as if it's going to come to a clearing. What do you do?
approach the clearing with much caution.
Gror is going to string his bow and knock an arrow.
I'll be ready as well.
Yeah, and I'll stay in the middle of the group with Jonas.
What do you think of Fliegen? Do you want to fan out about 20 feet to the left or right?
Are there any other openings to the clearing from where we can see?
Or does it seem to dead end into the forest?
You're muted.
Thank you. Those there's no other direction other than, you can head back down the path behind you, or you can head forward towards the clearing. You do see the glowing candle, green and blue candle lights kind of floating off in the path on either side. But that's about it.
Well, if I get up to the entrance of the clearing, can I see if there's any other openings? I like to do that sneakily.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth. Okay. Yeah, very quietly you sneak up to the opening to the clearing, and within the clearing, this is what you see.
If things couldn't get more creepy.
You don't ask for that, because it's coming.
What do you do?
Home, sweet home! I will go back and report that there's a building back there.
Okay.
Something
There's
more
a
to torch.
tree, and there's a house, and there's a tree, and yes, I think it needs to be torched.
Because we burn everything.
Wait,
Darktide.
well, we're 2 for 2.
We are the arsonists.
Yeah, so if we ever get caught for anything we've done, they can trace it all the way through everything that's ever been burned down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, technically, I think we did miss burning down an inn, so we're actually 2 for 3.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But there's
And-
still
But we
it
could
was-
go back.
And we weren't the ones that set the fire in our camp, so we're good.
It's all about fire, and at some point, somebody's going to get fire and everything, right? All right.
Yeah.
So you guys head on into the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Approaching with caution, much caution, and a
Okay.
knocked arrow.
Well, as you get closer, you can see that the tree is long dead, and the strange structure has been partially constructed inside the hollow trunk as well. Numerous boards have been nailed along the length of the trunk and many of the branches, perhaps a crude sort of ladder to reach the hut above. There are also strings dangling from the upper limbs, with tufts of hair, bundles of twigs, and clumps of grass tied in knots as strange decorations, or maybe perhaps offerings. The badly dilapidated structure looks to be a treehouse and would seem to be empty and forgotten. However, after another few steps, you can see the orange glow of candlelight suddenly fills the shacks and pours out onto the ground through the slats of the badly fitted door set in the trunk. And soon you can see that jagged words are carved into the door, and they glow unsettlingly. In the pitch black night. However, they are in common, and you can see that they read, "Only flesh." Something else glints beside the door in the amber light. And as your eyes adjust, you can see that the light gleams from a pair of button eyes on a stuffed bear toy that sits to the left of the entrance.
That's not creepy at all.
Well done, Casey. Well done.
And let me show you a picture of that because my link is not working. Look at it.
There's a picture of the bear.
There is a picture of the bear.
Because, the bear sitting on the picture of the door wasn't creepy enough. Let's get a good shot of that bear.
Yeah, close up.
Ready for your close-up, Mr. DeVille?
Oh, that
Let's-
makes it even better there.
What do you do?
Fleegan, I think you should go check it out. We'll cover you.
I'm holding Jonas, so it's all you guys.
Well, I got a javelin.
I'll poke it. I will find a stick and I will poke it.
Okay, so you walk up to the bear and you pick a little stick up off the ground, which is probably a small branch that had fallen off the tree at some point, and you poke the bear.
Yeah, poking the bear, that's a good idea. Oh, God.
And
then
a giant
after I
drunken
poke
bear
it-
jumps out of the trees, right? No.
After I poke the bear, I point back and said, "She did it."
Jerk.
So you poke the bear and you're standing there, and I can just you're just kind of you're ready for something just to kind of lash out at you. I mean, you've seen enough already, and all of your senses are heightened. And you're just so ready that just something's gonna slash the life out of you, and you poke it, and nothing happens.
She still did it.
Is the ghost lady still here, or has she disappeared?
As you look around, you notice that the ghost lady has vanished.
Okay.
Oh, too late to save her. I guess let's get going.
I think we need to figure out what's in the tree.
How far is this tree from the
The
shiners?
main path, yeah.
The butcher farm or the main path?
The butcher farm too.
Butcher farm, yeah.
You probably maybe went a mile down the path from the butcher farm before you encountered the specter, and then you've probably, best you can tell, gone 300-400 yards on this path through the trees.
So this could be where the thing lives that they were trying to threaten us with too.
Yes.
Then the name they kept invoking, which I should grab my notes for.
Oh, I think it was Odell or something like that.
Yeah, Odell.
Yeah, Odell.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or it could be
Ulfons.
where that giant man ran off.
You guys
because
know
he ran off
Ulfons
this way.
is one of the evil gods.
One of the evil gods, yeah.
Oh.
But Odell is in some way tied to Ulfons, the worship of Ulfons.
I don't think we should just leave this tree here either, though.
Dagger that people been slaughtered with. So why don't I pick up the bear?
See if someone's homes. Talk to them. The light turned on.
Yeah, why don't you just knock on the door or go inside instead? We'll
Can
wait
I
right
see
here.
through the slats and see what the inside of the door looks like? Since I'm already up there.
No, Theros, don't take Jonas. See, I'm holding Jonas. I can't do nothing except you guys.
I see that's going to be your defense for this entire battle. Got it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we had to be the brave ones to go out front. I could be carrying the guy.
Humbert's got the goat, so he's kind of busy too.
Yeah, the goat's
Fleegan.
with you. Oh, and you actually happen to know, just because you guys were so intent upon the house and the bear and what Fleegan was doing, that even though one of you was carrying the burden of Jonas, you all of a sudden realized that Jonas has vanished.
No.
He's no longer
Wait.
with you.
No.
What? Whoa.
Wait, I think Theros had Jonas last.
Remember? Where's Jonas?
Where did he go? What happened here?
Hey.
Wasn't
You
there
had
just carrying
one
him?
job.
One job, Quimber.
I can't
One
help.
job.
I'm carrying Jonas. I can't help. Oh, Theros had him last.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I didn't mean it that way. I'll go look. What? Can't.
Okay.
Remember, where did he go? Did he just vanish in thin air? Did he just vanish in thin air? What?
He really did.
If you're carrying him, how does he disappear?
I swear, while he was poking the bear, I felt him on my back. Theros, weren't you watching my back?
No, I think we were all
Jonas hurt him?
concentrating on the poking of the bear.
Well, you poked that bear, so
Can I poke him again?
Maybe
I,
Jonas will come back.
Can I make a perception roll and I realized there wasn't that weight of him on my back anymore?
you can make a perception, sure. Yeah, what happened. What you feel is that you guys were everything that's happened so far has your senses focused on fear and wondering what's going to jump out and get you, and you were so focused on that after the bear didn't do anything, all of a sudden you realized, wait, what happened? And so you could have just completely forgot that he was there for a moment. So, but your perception makes you feel like, you have no idea how he could have vanished and where he would have gone, because he's been unable to, to this point, support himself. So it's a very strange, disconcerting feeling, but stranger things have happened on Darktide in your life, and it's not a surprise to you. Something is odd, and again, you're drawn to the fact that it seems as if time has stopped because the The stars in the sky are either vanished or not moving.
Guys,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think our lanterns
Did
broke.
the animals?
Yeah.
The animals change at all behavior-wise? Either Billy or Killer?
When Fleegan picks up the bear and kind of shows it to you, Billy kind of takes a look at it and snorts, kind of, and Killer uncharacteristically starts to whimper and kind of slides up back and leans against the knee of Theros, as if they're not a fan of the bear.
Oh, great.
So, but the bear, it's a stuffed bear toy. It's soft, boot, and it does not seem overly dirty or frayed, despite sitting in the open for, well, who knows how long. Other than some strange seams, perhaps the result of repairs, the only remarkable aspect of its appearance are its eyes, which are polished to such a degree that they somehow catch enough light to softly glow. Even when no direct source of illumination is. And upon picking up the bear, it seems oddly heavy, quickly explained by a hole in its back, revealing it to be some kind of puppet. Something has been stored in the opening. What do you do?
Can I flip it upside down and try to shake whatever's in there out without putting my hand inside?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, better idea. Yeah.
So you grab it and you kind of shake out, and falling out of the back of there are several sheets of unmarked vellum rolled up like a scroll and tied with a string. And there's also a silk pouch that seems to be full of something, small somethings or other, maybe beads or who knows what, as they hit the ground and kind of cackle a bit as they hit the ground.
I hand this
What do you do with the stuff?
to Kenna and say, "Here, I think these might be closer to what you know about."
Okay. When you pick up the scroll, when you pick up the pieces of vellum and you feel them, they feel different than paper, and that kind of makes you have that feeling of what you just said that you did, that you don't really want to hold on to them, so you hand them to say here. And Kenna, when you grabbed them, you also notice that they feel a little odd, and it all of a sudden becomes very apparent to you that the vellum is some
leather.
sort of skin.
Skin. Yeah, skin. Great. I will inspect them later. I'll put them in my scroll tube and close it.
Okay.
And the bag of beads are round beads?
Well, do you pick up the bag?
I pick up the bag.
Okay. Do you open the bag?
Open it to look inside.
Actually,
oh God,
you're very surprised, and you all see his eyes just completely bug out as he sees a bag full of brilliantly polished precious stones. Very large rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and amethysts. And probably worth quite a bit of money.
I'm really uncomfortable now.
Anything else in the bear that comes out?
Do you stick your hand inside it?
Hell no!
Well, nothing comes out when you shake it. Nothing else comes out when you shake it. So no.
But does this door swing like towards the bear, or would it knock over the bear from where it was?
Yeah, it would knock over the bear. It swings outward.
I'll put the bear
we're
on
here.
the other side.
You what?
Well, we're here. We might as well
investigate.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you say you do with the bear?
I'm going to put the bear back down next to the door.
Okay. All right.
I think
So you put the bear back down.
Kimber,
next
do you
to
feel any evil from this bear?
You turn to look at Kimber. You see he's been just holding on to his holy symbol, and he's repeating a prayer over and over again, silently in his little dark corner. What'd you say?
Okay.
All right.
What'd you say,
All right.
Theros?
So
Were you speaking to
what's
me?
that?
What was that, Quimber?
Theros, were you talking to me?
Do you feel any evil from this bear?
No, not exactly, but something's not right here. We have people disappearing, animals acting funny. I feel like following that spirit was not the right thing to do at this moment.
Well,
Well, then
let's
we can leave.
investigate.
We can leave. We can always leave.
That is true. We
Pick
can
up and go home now.
We can investigate, or we can get the hell out of Dodge.
I cast. I say I need to illuminate this area a little bit. Let me light
Okay.
up my shield if you don't mind.
Yep.
I want to cast light on my shield and start scanning around like a bullseye lantern into all the dark little crevices to see if anything's watching us or if anything scurries off, if we hear anything move quickly because of the light.
Interestingly enough, you cast light, and it does begin to shine a bit more light that's available in the area, but it very quickly, as it spreads out more than 5 or so feet beyond you, it's as if typically you feel like that light would illuminate up to 30 feet fairly well, and it just seems to go about 5 feet, and it just dissipates, and even the shadows and stuff just kind of stay and linger. It's a very odd and disconcerted feeling that you get from that.
I don't feel like we can leave without finishing what we've started. And I figure they all saw what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's check out this let's check out this house.
Okay. Gror, were you trying to say something?
You're muted.
You're muted.
And even when you're not
Sorry,
muted, we're not hearing
I
you.
double muted just in case. Yeah. Grow thinks we should investigate as well. Definitely we shouldn't leave without solving whatever possible threat there is here.
Yeah, because if we can get Jonas back, that's what we want to do.
Okay. All right.
Right, Fleekin? Go ahead.
Okay, so okay, so you're gonna open the door then?
No, Fliegen would like to look between these slats and see what's on the other side of the door first.
Okay.
Good idea.
Okay, let me go ahead and move you guys to this map.
I occasionally have those.
Okay, so I've moved you to a new map. Do you see yourself on the right side of the map?
Yes.
Do you see the treehouse there?
Or the tree, yes.
The tree, yes.
And I am
looking-
backing up Fliegen while he peeks inside, and I'm keeping an eye on that damn bear.
Yeah. Okay. So you peek through the slats, Legan. And somebody just rolled something.
I did.
He rolled
Okay.
wisdom for
He
some
had
reason.
the bear.
Theros takes Graxel and cuts the
Takes
head off the
Graxel and smashes that bear one way or another.
bear. Okay.
It's a wisdom check to see if it was a good idea. He failed.
He failed. Okay. So you guys see Theros go pick up the bear, throw it on the ground, take Graxel, and try and whack its head off.
I don't like the fact that he said try to whack its head off.
And go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
Crit. You just critted the shit out of a stuffed bear.
We're not excited about this bear. So
Right.
yeah, you take all of tonight's fear and frustration out on this poor little cute stuffed furry animal.
It's not cute. It's not
It
cute.
didn't stink either.
Yeah, and the sharp blade of Graxel cuts deep into its neck, and you see the the head sever from the body, and the little hole from the puppet is apparent there, and the stuffing kind of trails out a little bit, and you see this decapitated stuffed bear lying on the ground at your feet in front of you. How do you respond?
I'm kind of relieved, actually.
I think Kenna starts to giggle from fear, relief, fear, and yeah.
I think I'm just waiting for Theros to scream out a mighty roar. For
Hey,
killing the stuffed animal.
not trying to give our position away.
Right.
So, question. You've looked inside the tree house there, and inside the hollowed out trunk of the tree is surprisingly spacious, but sparsely filled with more random boards nailed to the walls. A small ladder leads to the upper floor on the right side, and the only furnishing of note is a low table with several bottles sitting atop it, but most prominent are the words, "Only Blood," scrawled in that very substance, i.e. blood, upon the wall. What do you do? I think I have a picture of that.
Now I say we run.
No, there is no picture of that. Okay. So yeah, I just described it. So you see
Fleegan turns around and says, "Guys, you sure you want to go inside?"
Why? What's in there?
Bottles, table, ladder. Something on the wall says, "Blood. Only blood."
So only flesh on the door, only blood on the wall.
only flesh on the door, only blood on inside the room.
All right, can't wait till they
Open
say
the
only
door!
brains. Then Kenna can
Yeah.
be the one to go.
Yep.
Fleekin will open the door and say, "Welcome to the chateau."
I didn't have a good way to lock my door. I guess this would be a good way to keep people out. But not us. Not us.
Especially
Yeah.
not that bear.
Fleegan, what did you do with the bag of gems?
I put in my pocket.
Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember though. All right. So you guys open up the door, and all the rest of you see what Fleegan saw. What do you do?
All right.
Is there a source of light inside?
Yeah, there are candles on the table that are softly glowing.
Okay.
Okay, there's lit candles. There's got to be somebody around.
So
here.
there's nobody behind us now, maybe? So
You
we've
look
opened the
around
door
behind you.
coming to the tree.
You turn around to look behind you, and you see nobody behind you other than your companion Kemper there.
Should we announce
All right.
ourselves?
Okay. Then I guess we're going to go in.
I'll go in first since I'm in front.
I'll go in second, keeping my bow trained on the ladder.
I guess I'll go in next. You know what? I might just take the head of the bear with me.
Can't get
Trophy?
into the map.
It won't let you in.
No. Nope.
Correct.
All right, hang on just a second.
Are you looking at blackness?
No.
Okay.
No, I can see the
No.
see the inside. I just can't get in.
Now go for it.
Oh, there
You
we
should be
go.
able to get it now. Yeah.
I was gonna say magical barrier.
Okay. All right. As you enter the room,
I am the magic type in the group, so I will check the bottles and see if any of them look to be potions or anything like that.
okay.
We've got
Before you
some
get the
red
chance
dots.
to do that,
Okay.
um,
Roll for initiative.
3 disembodied heads emerge from the walls. These floating heads glow a ghostly green while spitting invectives at you in strange, unfamiliar languages. Many of their curses are laced with magical power and accompanied by balls of fire, globs of acid, and waves of ice. Go ahead and let me clear the initiative here real quick, and then I'll have you guys roll. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll.
I think Jonas just jumped off my back and ran down the trail.
He's like,
Smart
nope,
guy.
I'm out.
The whole Scooby Doo
Okay.
thing, man, with the spinny legs and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody, get your initiative up there. I'm missing Theros and.
I rolled a 7.1.
Okay.
I did select my token and rolled it, but
It must
Okay,
have been
I'll go
Probably
ahead
did
and add
too
you.
soon.
I'll add you.
Yeah.
And then. who do we
not
got here? We
seeing
got
Roar on there either.
Okay, Grower on there. All right.
Cheat. One sec.
So
I just rolled the 20 though, and it's like +4.
Yeah, that's fine. So Theros has. I don't see your initiative. There it is, right there at 7. And then.
I'd be happy to re-roll.
No, it's okay.
It was a horrible roll. I mean, I can take out the head of a stuffed bear, but I can't roll initiative.
Okay.
Crits in all the wrong places.
So Kenna, what do you do?
I'm gonna. Do they look spectral, like they're insubstantial?
They look spectral-ish to you.
Okay. Then I will firebolt the one nearest me.
Okay.
That's
That will hit
21
it. Okay.
for
How
5
much
points of
damage?
fire.
Okay.
5 fire.
I'm gonna move you a little bit here so I can collect it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll put it right there. Okay. So that's it right there. So you firebolt that for.
Yep.
5, and it looks like it. The fire kind of wraps around it, but it doesn't burn like you would expect it to burn.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the bow and pull my swords, just to protect and get ready for the next round,
Okay. All right.
and start my pirouette of blades.
Okay. As you do all of those things, you begin hearing a strange buzzing sound coming from Fleegan. And Fleegan, you start to feel your pocket. You start to feel your pocket vibrating and shaking a little bit. And shortly thereafter, those gemstones fly out of your pocket and start flying as if a swarm of flying insects all throughout the room, seemingly getting in the way of these beings or these creatures as they begin to throw ice and fire and acid and all in your directions. I would like everybody in the tree house, so I guess that's everybody except for Kimber, or in Gror. Those guys are outside, so I guess it's Kenna, Theros, Billy, and Fleegan to roll a d20 for me, please.
Just a d20, not a save or anything?
A d20.
Actually,
yes.
where Billy is, I just accidentally grabbed Billy.
Oh, you're where Billy is? Okay. Okay, so Gror needs to roll a d20 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, while you were gone, we did a short rest, and so you got some hit points back in the potion, so that's why you have 13. All right, so Theros. Theros is a 10. One of the gems flies in front of you as a ball of ice comes flying directly at your face, and when the ball of ice hits the gem shatters into microscopic dust that you breathe in through your nose.
Who is this?
Theros.
Theros.
Okay.
And you breathe in this dust, and it makes you choke for a moment, but then all of a sudden you feel a very warm, calming sensation, and you gain 2 hit points.
No, I only can gain 1, so unless I can get above max.
No. So you just
No temps.
So you gain a hit point.
Ah, that's good. I'll take it.
All right. All right, Kenna.
Yeah.
As one of the creatures fires off some sort of form of magic at you, it hits you, and you take. Well, actually, it spits some lightning at you, and you take 2 points of lightning damage.
Ouch.
As
Okay.
you feel a shock, one of those slight shocks, as it racks your body just a little bit.
Okay.
Fleegan. A green gooey substance emerges from one of the creatures, and it lands on your shoulder and begins to burn. You take 2 acid damage. And then Gror. One of them goes to fly directly into your face, and it looks like it's about ready to spew a ball of flame to burn your beard off of your face. And as it does, a whole bunch of those flying insect gem things shatter in the way, and again you breathe in that beautiful dust, and instead of being hurt, you gain 2 hit points. Interestingly enough.
You guys are sniffing all my gems!
You're huffing gems.
Gem
So-
hoppers.
So
Well, they call it crystal for nothing.
so basically what's happening is these floating skulls are flying around the room, and these gems are flying around the room, and the skulls are like firing off electricity and acid and fire, and the gems are kind of flying in the way and kind of getting in the way and stuff like that, which is kind of crazy. So Gror, go ahead and take your action.
Should I I missed my initiative number. It's 2.14, not 4 point something. So
it's
I would be an
2.14.
8.
Oh,
If
so
you want to
would
let
be an
Fleegan
8.
go first.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
2.14. So I would have had an 8.14. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So go ahead, Fleegan, then.
I don't want to steal Fleegan's glory first.
Fleegan's glorious glory of trying to stab this thing in front of me.
Get it, Fleegan. Get it.
Okay, give it a stabby stab. That's a hit. Okay, and it looks like you get a sneak attack on top of it, so that's
Yep.
10.
Thanks, Theros, for being next to me.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Okay, so now it's Grower's turn.
Can I
Fleegan's
do my
gonna-
offhand?
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Forgot about that, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that is
Ugh.
a fumble. Why don't you roll on the fumble table there, my friend?
Oh, I'm glad I'm not right next to him.
Thanks.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please. Some of the goo splattered on the ground, and you go to attack him with stab it with your main hand, and you slip a little bit and fly wide, but you catch yourself before you fall down. Okay. All right, now it's Grower's turn for the third time.
Shoot a flaming skull or a flying skull that's trying to light me on fire or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, it was trying to breathe
With
some
my bow.
fire in your face or something like that.
Well, actually, I'll shoot it with the arrow.
You're too close to it because it's right in your face. Do you want to take a
Tell
swing?
Billy
at
to
it?
stay back.
Okay. Do you want to take a swing at it then?
Yeah, too close for a short bow. Did
I
you
can
want to
take a
drop
swing.
it and pull your axe?
Just axe it to go.
Yeah, if I can change weapons, sure.
Yeah, you can. Yep.
Yeah, it's free action. It's free action to
Five.
change weapons.
Yeah, and 5 you can do that.
That's much better.
Yeah, that hits.
I'd have hit it.
How much damage? 9 slashing damage. Okay. All right. Okay, Theros.
Smash.
Which one?
The one
over by
that's
Ken or the one by
next to Fleegan. This
One
one.
that's next to Fleegan. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you smash it pretty good with the Graxel there, and it seems to just kind of dissipate and disappear once you kind of swing through it. You're not quite sure exactly what happened, whether you killed it or whether it disappeared. Who knows? But it's gone. It disappeared. So
It has no legs.
So, anything else, Theros?
That's good.
All right, Kimber. You're seeing this mayhem going on. What do you do?
Kimber will still some courage and move up into the room. And the one on Grower is still visible.
Yes.
I assume I just need to move into that square to try to smash it.
Yep. Go ahead. Yep. You take out your mace and you try and hit it.
Not a fumble, at least.
Yeah, I'm trying not
What?
to smash toast today.
What would you like to do? Or anything else? I'm sorry.
I will move further into the room to just try to help flank it and get closer to Kenna.
Okay.
I'm not getting on the table, but I guess I'm kind of got my back to it.
Okay, Kenna, you're up.
Okay, so the one that is right there, I will stab with the short sword. And then I will attempt to offhand it with the wakizashi.
Okay. The short sword misses and Kasashi follows up with a hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
3 piercing.
Okay.
And then because of my pirouette of blades, I will move over here.
Okay.
And it does not get an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you spin around, and you spinning to the other end as it continues to float around the room. All right. I want each of you to roll me a d20, please. Okay, Kenna. You get a ball of ice. Hits you in the chest for 2 damage.
Dang it.
Fleegan. One of the gems shatters in front of you. Breathe in that dust and you gain 2 hit points.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, for those of us that are hurt, maybe we should just keep this fight going until he gets all our hit points back.
Well, you get hurt or something. So Kimber gets an ice ball to the back of the head for 2 cold damage. And
unlucky 13.
Yeah. Gror actually gets 2 healing as he's saved by a gem bug.
They're like June bugs, only more expensive.
Yep. Okay, Fleegan, you're up.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Fleegan power! Of
Steady
course,
step.
is he adjacent to Quember?
No.
No.
No sneak attack.
Come down here then.
You had to move away. Actually, I would like to move there so I can get my sneak attack against the one that's attacking Gore.
It's tight quarters, but it'll work.
He's small.
He's small. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to hit. And
10 again.
Okay. Offhand. Okay,
Yeah.
your offhand misses. Okay. All right. Anything else, Fleegan?
That's it.
Okay, Gror, you're up.
Still right by me.
Yep. Fleegan took a good shot at it. Okay, that's going to hit. Okay, it goes pop and disappears. Anything else?
The noise, there's nothing else like smells, lights, a spray.
No, it just you just kind of hear a pop and then it just vanishes.
Does it seem like magic to me, or more like undead? As far as I'm
very, very much magic. Yes, doesn't feel
Huh.
undead to you at all. It's you've never seen anything like this. It's very strange, but it's very magical.
I'll look for the next one that I can, dispatch and save my friends.
Yeah, there's one left over here. So, okay, all right. Are you gonna move over towards that? Because you can take some movement if you want to.
Yeah, I'll move towards that.
Okay. All right, Theros. Then
You said it's on the left.
It's right here. Can you see the map right there? Okay, Theros.
I'll
Fleegan,
move
you'll be
over
safe.
and
I'm in the way.
Smash, smash.
Smashity smash. Okay.
We're not.
You take a swing, but it
Swing bada bada.
changes direction and floats out of the way. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, Kimber, you're up.
Kind of feel bad leaving the animals outside. I hope they're still there. I don't know how I can get in on that creature. Am I able to swing at it since Theros is square?
What are you doing, Kimber?
Can I swing on it when it's in Theros' square?
Yes.
I shall swing.
Yeah, it's kind of floating around in that. And you hit it for how much damage? Okay. All right, Kenna, you're up.
Well, I guess I will stab.
Okay.
Following
I'll have you
Fleegan's lead.
Move into that square
Yep.
right there, and then you can do
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. I'm assuming
All right.
12 misses.
That 12 misses, yes.
That hits.
Wakasashi will hit it for how much damage?
2 piercing.
Pop! It's gone. And you guys get the feeling at that point, because those gem insects buzz around for a little bit and then fly out the door, that combat is over.
Okay.
So that's it. You guys also notice that you see Billy and Killer kind of next to each other, and they are making very much body language saying that they have no interest whatsoever in going inside this house.
They're like, yeah, no, we're good.
And even if you try and lead them in or coax them in or pull them in or something like that, Billy fights up pretty hard, and Killer just kind of whines and lays on the ground. So
Becomes a dog rag where you can't pick him up.
okay. All right. So what do you guys want to do next here?
I'm going to check the bottles on the table and see if any of them look to be potions.
Okay. They give me a medicine check, please. Okay. They look very similar to healing potions. It's a vial full of red substance that's typically conducive to a healing potion.
Okay. And there's 3 of them, you said?
Several. So 6 or 7.
The bottles that they're in clear.
Mm-hmm.
Is the potion like translucent? Or is it opaque?
It's kind of an opaque red. Well, no, it's more opaque. It's
Blood
more
would
than
be.
it. Give me a medicine check, please, with advantage.
Jesus.
I use
with
advantage.
Drinking one of those.
6. Yeah.
Man.
Let's see if it is
Well,
medicine.
bottle.
I suspect it's either a healing potion or it's blood.
Yeah.
Ask Theros.
You feel like it looks like a healing potion, but though you're not 100% sure, when you look at it closely enough, it has the consistency of blood.
Yeah, not drinking those. Leave. In fact, I'm going to leave those on the table. So,
Okay.
Why don't you look at those scrolls that you picked up?
yeah, we've got some light in here, so I will look at I'll
Okay.
unroll the skin
Okay.
scrolls and see what
Yeah,
they...
so you untie them and you look at them, and they seem to be blank pieces of vellum.
Okay, I'm going to put those on the table as well.
Okay.
Because
All
I don't want to carry skin with me.
All right, so you lay them down on the table then.
So skin inside the bear, where it said only flesh. Bottles of blood inside where it says only blood. Hey, Fleegan, what's it say upstairs?
Okay. So is Fleegan going to head upstairs?
I will climb up the stairs a little ways until I can get to see the next floor.
Okay. All
Do
right,
it
so you climb
quietly.
up the stairs, and this is what you see.
What happened to the rest of the gems?
They flew out the window or they flew out the door and away.
Oh, sorry, I missed
Buzzed off into the night.
Fleegan was very sad.
that.
So here, and I'll do this here. Just a second. Fleegan, I'm going to move your token to the left and down a little bit on the map, so you should be able to see the room there. And then I showed you guys the picture of the room. You see that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So the ladder creaks and it shifts worryingly as you climb, making you wonder if it will bear the weight of any but the lightest creatures. However, you eventually make it to the top without trouble, and there you see that you are now in the larger of the two shacks perched on the branches of the tree. Candles burn in each corner, and you can see out into the darkness of the night through small windows and gaps in the boards of the roughly constructed cabin. A short, doorless threshold opens onto the bridge of dubious reliability and seems to lead to the other hut. There is a large metal chest in the center of the chamber with a key dangling from a string hanging above it. On the wall by the opening, the words, only bone are smeared, seemingly in blood. What do you do?
How much do you want to bet there's a skeleton in that lockbox?
It's safe. Come on up, guys. Except for maybe Theros, who might break the ladder. But hey, come on up.
Yeah, it's a dead man's party. Leave your body and soul at the door.
Oh, you just quoted my favorite band. Boingo Boingo. Love them.
So you guys gonna head up into that room?
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
up.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and position yourselves where you want to be in the room.
He wants to check on Billy first, so he'll go last up the ladder.
All right. Billy is very obstinately not going to come inside.
Yeah, Quimber.
But he's fine being outside there, right?
He's keeping his distance from
I
the,
can't
from
get
the body
in.
of the bear that is laying on the ground, the decapitated body of the bear that's laying on the ground too.
I can't get in.
I can't
Oh, you
get
can't
in
get
either. I've moved my
great.
token to where I can't.
Sorry. I will move you guys in here.
You can get out of the tree. You have to go through the door.
I'll move you guys in.
Okay.
Thanks.
The dynamic lighting on this map was made. I'm not 100% sure how it works.
So Kimber
All
looks
right.
out behind
Well,
Gror.
cool map.
He wanted to check on the animals also, but he does go up before Gror does, if that matters.
All right. So, okay. Thank you. So what do you guys do?
Check to see if it's trapped.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please. Okay. The chest has a large keyhole and several scratch marks across its surface. It would actually have required a monstrous creature to gouge out that much of the metal from the scratches. But it's otherwise plain and unadorned. And it doesn't look to be trapped to you. But you're not 100% sure.
Monstrous like a bear scratched it? Does it seem like a bear would have been responsible?
Could a bear have gouged that deep into metal is hard to tell. Maybe if it was drunk. But
1 out of 2 bears is. And
Yeah,
usually
which,
giant.
so far, 1 out of 2 bears that we've encountered has been drunk. The other one's been stuffed.
The other bear has a hole in its butt. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's
and no head.
strangest damn bears in this world.
Although, actually, interestingly enough, you guys start talking about the stuffed bear and kind of joking about it, and Fleegan has this insatiable urge to just kind of reach over onto his belt, and he grabs a fully intact version of the bear and notices it's just hanging there off his belt, nice and soft and fuzzy and cute.
Hey guys, look at this!
And Theros, the head is missing. You don't have the head anymore.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Would you like to decapitate it again?
No, I'm good.
Multiple times,
Thanks.
yes.
So this is the same size, looks exactly the same.
Looks exactly the same, and it's no
Is
longer
there a-
just
Does it have a gem pouch in its butt?
Gem pouch and scrolls.
no, it has no gem pouch and scrolls in its butt,
Maybe tomorrow.
This,
and its eyes seem to glow from the torchlight very strangely.
Will hold it up to me and say, "How did you get in?" It said only flesh, and you're not flesh. You're stuffed.
It doesn't respond. It
Could
just
be
looks at you all cute and fuzzy, and you just
Could
kind of
be
want to
stuffed
Well-
you
with
just kind of want to
flesh.
cuddle with it. You feel like you'd like to lay down and go to sleep with it. Maybe Vezi would like it. I think she'd probably like that.
No.
So,
Okay,
well,
maybe.
wait a minute. Now, those gems that helped us came from this bear.
Yes.
It could be a protection totem.
It could be, or it could be something completely different. We don't know.
It also had vellum made out of people hide.
So it wasn't its
Yeah,
fault.
I don't know. Did we identify it as people?
Maybe that
you
allowed
did
us
not
to come in.
identify. You
Skin.
guys did not identify the type of skin. You just noticed that it was
Just
skin.
skin.
But we also needed those gems to survive. Perhaps we need the scrolls at this point. Maybe we should try to read them.
I think it'd be a good idea to have those scrolls.
They're blank,
Something.
but we can get them on our way out.
Maybe it's just invisible right now. Like we need, lemon juice and a hairdryer, or something. I don't know.
Or hold it in front of the
A magic spell,
candlelight.
perhaps. I don't know.
So, what are you guys doing?
I actually think because those gems were used for the last one, maybe the scrolls are used for this test.
Well, if somebody
Well-
wants to go down and get them,
Well, the bear
Good,
made
like,
itself.
put 'em-
Goro, go get the scrolls.
They're
Bring
good
them back.
scrolls.
Bring them back to Kenna, though.
we could put
Okay.
them up against the
Say
scratches
here.
and then use a pencil and try to make some kind of drawing out of it.
Use the magic to see what's on them. I bet you there's something on these that we can't see.
I have in my apprentice's ring detect magic. I'll go ahead and activate it. I'll also glance at the bear because I'm pretty sure that's magic.
And the
Okay.
chest.
And the chest.
And the key.
And the key.
Okay,
And the
so
rope
you
to
use
the
your
key.
apprentice's ring to cast detect magic.
Yes.
I just,
I can see all magic within 30 feet of me.
Yes, I know you can. I'm
Yeah.
reading here.
I forgot to tell you I
Um,
mended the bear.
What's that?
I'm just joking. I joked that I mended the bear, and then I look at him with a stony look, no emotion.
Stoic.
All right, so the bear radiates a very soft form of probably I don't have the magic schools in front of me. And it's not listed in here, so school's out.
Well, I'm assuming it's not evocation. Could be necromantic.
Enchantment, transmutation, maybe.
Not conjuration, probably, but could be.
Prestidigitation.
That's a spell, not a school.
Damn it! It should have been thaumaturgic then, right?
Yeah.
Right. The bear radiates abjuration slightly. The key radiates illusion.
Okay.
The chest radiates conjuration.
Okay.
The scrolls radiate conjuration. Anything else you're trying to ping?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
I mean, just
All
glancing around the room, if anything else glows magical, other than like Graxel, I'll take a look at it. You know.
You know, anything that you have that you would, but it doesn't seem like anything else at this point does.
Okay. I will tell everyone.
Okay.
Conjuration, illusion, and that thing radiates abjuration, which could be protection.
All right.
Weirdly enough.
So, what do you guys do?
Well, I say whoever opens this box needs to be holding the bear.
And you
Does
say
the
the key is
scratching-
an illusion. So what if you pick the lock, Fleegan?
Does the scratchings kind of make any kind of words of any kind, like maybe only fools or only dummies or only
Only
gnomes?
gnomes.
So, what do you do?
Okay, I guess that's a no.
Did you ask a question? I'm sorry.
Yes.
What was the
Does
question?
the scratchings make any kind of words?
No.
Of any kind?
No. It looks like something big and beastly raked its claws across the metal of the chest.
Scratches. Okay, I'll try to pick the lock.
While he's doing that, I'm going to have my bow ready, and I'm going to be facing the door into the other side, into the other room.
Give me a sleight of hand check with the thieves' tools there.
And I'm going to move up to here and be ready with Graxel.
Really?
Fleegan's trying to pick the lock, and he's like,
Oh.
I don't know how to do this. I've
I've
never
never
this
done it before.
Gore's going to take out his
Liar.
shield because he senses the Fleegan's not very confident in this, and it may become quite dangerous.
Does anybody, Coimbra asked, does anybody know why someone would make an illusion of a key dangling in the middle of the room? I mean, what's the point? Eventually we'll know
key-
it's an illusion.
The key is not necessarily an illusion. It radiates illusion magic, which means it could cause an illusion, or it could cast an illusion, or have some other enchantment that deals with illusory magic,
Everybody give me a perception check, please.
like invisibility or...
I'm just really glad that there's no trap on there because I'm pretty sure I would have triggered it with that. perception.
Yeah,
Sleight
with
of hand.
crit fail? Yeah, probably.
All right. As you guys are sitting here puzzling over all of these things that you've noticed, something catches your eye because your senses are very heightened. And, you know, a couple of you, Fleegan's focused on trying to figure out how to pick this damn lock. And
Trying
Theros
to
is
find
just...
a lock.
Theros is just not really sure what's going on. But Gror and Kenna and Kember all at the same time go, wait a second. As Theros moved across the room, you all notice that he's not casting any sort of shadow on the walls. And you therefore happen to notice that none of you happen to be casting a shadow on the walls. But you do notice that the key is casting a shadow on these three walls. But the oddity about that situation is there's a light source here, yet it's casting a shadow here, here, and here.
Okay. I'll take the key.
Okay, you reach up to grab the key and your hand passes through it.
Okay. So it is an illusion.
The key looks to be a perfect fit for the lock.
Is the rope really there? Can you touch the rope?
The rope is really there, but the key does not seem to be. Even though the key looks like it's what's needed to open the box.
Will the rope reach the lock?
No.
Okay.
It's suspended right in the middle of the room from a rafter
So
across
we
the top
get
of the...
Theros to pick up the chest and slide the key
Slide the
into
key
the
onto
lock,
the
and
lock.
then twist this chest around until it unlocks.
Is Theros going to do that?
Could just cut the
Sure.
rope. Too.
Why not?
Okay.
Maybe we should cut the rope first, though, instead,
Yeah.
and make the key
Okay.
move.
Okay.
I think we should at least vote on that. One of those two options.
Either
Theros
way, or we can
thinks
take the
that's funnier
chest out
by
the door
far.
and throw it off the treehouse and see if it breaks open when it hits the ground.
And destroys all 50
Yeah.
healing
Potions.
potions that are in there.
Right. And it could kill the dog or the goat or both or something too.
It explodes. Tree
So what do you-
collapses.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Grow votes to cut the rope and see
I would
what
agree.
happens.
Let's see if I take a knife and I cut the rope just above where the key is, what happens?
Okay.
Does the wood above that doorway move? I notice there's a. No, it's probably just hammered in up there.
It looks like it's kind of a catwalk that leads across the way to the other shack.
Oh.
Yeah.
So here I'm gonna reveal that a little bit here, and then is there a line of sight there now? Yeah, you can see it, so you should be able to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna take your sword and just kind of whack off the rope just above the key.
Yeah, I'll just use my dagger. I'm not going to pull
Yeah,
my
you
sword
take
and
your-
start
okay,
swinging
so you
it
take your
around in here.
dagger and you slice through
Yeah.
the wood or through the rope and everything, and the key continues to kind of be suspended in midair, and it does not come into any sort of cohesiveness, and the rope just kind of swings back and forth from the physics of you cutting it. And the little bit of rope that's left over where you cut it just kind of flops over and hangs in midair, or falls to the ground. Yeah, falls to the ground. Falls to the ground.
So now there's a gap between where the rope ends and where the key's hovering.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the key's in that higher area, but who's gonna want to see if it's stable enough to walk over there?
Maybe the scroll could make the key.
Yeah, I'm
come
gonna
back.
pull out one of the scrolls, the sheets, and see if I can pick the key up onto the sheet or.
Okay. The sheet of vellum just goes right through the key.
Okay, that's not what I thought it was then.
How heavy is the chest?
Are you gonna go over and pick it up?
Yep.
It is. You're a big man, and you go pick it up, and you're just barely able to lift it about an inch off of the floor. You're like, I cannot put this up any higher, and you have to set it back down with a loud thud.
Okay, there's 100 healing potions in there.
Yeah, we can hope.
We found a whittling knife made from antler bone.
Yeah.
Can I pull that out and see if I can touch the key with it and see what happens?
Sure. You do that, it passes right through the.
Give me the bear.
Someone needs to
Yeah,
go to that
give him
next
the
room.
bear.
I'll take the bear. I'll put it on my hand and reach for the key.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so Theros grabs and the bear dances around and he reaches for the key, and it just passes right through it.
Nice try, though.
Everybody give me an insight check, please.
Not my strong suit, but I did pretty well.
Yeah. Kenna, you can't help but think about trying to put all of these pieces together. The oddity of you is the fact that these shadows of the key in these odd locations on the wall just are nagging you. I'm not sure what that means, but something doesn't seem right about that.
There's 3 scrolls and 3 shadows.
Are there 3 scrolls?
Zavella?
Let me look and see here.
So where would the key be hanging to make those shadows with these lights?
What
Well,
if we
could-
had 3 people grab for the shadows of the keys?
There's about
How do you think?
there are 5 sheets of vellum.
Okay. I'm going to look up and down. Is the key casting a shadow on the floor and the ceiling?
No.
Okay.
What if we had
Just
people?
those 3 walls.
What if we try to reach for the shadows of the keys? 3 of us.
Yeah, we can try it. I mean,
1 for each.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. You
Each for
guys do
one.
that, and interestingly,
You went silent.
can you hear me?
No,
heard
okay, yeah.
interestingly, and that was it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah. So you reach out for the key, and each of you reach out for 1 key, and you actually grab a solid key off of the shadow.
So all 3 of us now have a key?
Yeah, each of you have a key. And as you look at the keys, they each have a head, you know, the heads of the keys as a key normally would.
Mhm.
So you look at the heads of the keys. One of them looks like a humanoid skull. Another looks like a drop of blood. And the last one looks like a humanoid face.
Okay, well, it says only bone on the wall here, so the one with the skull, try using that to unlock it.
Okay, so we'll say that who are the 3? It was Theros, Kenna, and who else grabbed a key?
Fleegan, because he's on the
Fleegan
wall.
grabbed a key. Okay. So Theros grabbed a key that had a drop of blood on it. Kenna grabbed a key that had a humanoid face on it. And as you look at it closer, you begin to realize that that humanoid face looks awfully uncannily resemblant to your own face, Kenna. And then
Ugh.
Fleegan has the key with the skull on it.
Give it a try, Fleegan.
I will give it a try.
Okay, you put it in the lock and click, and it unlocks the chest.
And that's how you pick a lock.
Do you
Right
open the
on.
chest?
If at first you don't succeed, use the key.
Use the key, yes.
Before
Right.
he opens the chest, I'm going to move over here.
Which way does it open? Does it open towards me or away from me right here?
Looks like the latch, the lock is, I need to go into the right layer. Why is it not? Come on, there we go. The latch is facing towards Kenna. So if you're going to stand in front of it, you'd be standing in front of it there.
All right.
Okay. So we'll,
Doesn't matter. There's a fireball coming out of it, so we're all toast.
yeah.
I will open it.
Okay. So you reach out there, and just as gingerly as when you were trying to reach for the bear because you were sure that poking the bear was sure death, you reach to flip open the chest because it's going to pop goes the weasel, and something nasty is going to jump out of there and attack you, of course, because why not? You know, why wouldn't it? You flip it open and you find that nothing actually jumps out of the chest at you, but the chest is full of, you guessed it, bones of a small humanoid skeleton, likely those of a halfling or a gnome. And in addition, there is a ring on one of the finger bones, a circlet sitting on the skull, and a short sword with a handle grip of bone.
I
Wow.
will. Boy. My brothers! My dear brothers! What have they done with you? And I will pick up the skull and say, alas, poor Yurick.
I knew him well.
I didn't know you. What is this?
I didn't know you at all. That's,
I didn't know you at all. What's the crown or whatever?
circlet.
Circlet, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you need inspiration for that one. And you also notice that the finger bones on the skeleton's left hand are fused into long, claw-like talons.
Mm.
So what do you guys do?
Take a look at the circlet and
Okay.
the ring.
The circlet looks like it's pretty valuable. It's made of platinum.
Detect
So-
magic lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Has it been over 10 minutes?
No. So your detect magic does not ping on the circlet.
What about
but
the
it does
sword?
on the ring and it does on the sword.
Sword and ring are magical. The circlet's just
Um,
cash.
Yeah. The ring radiates. Hang on. That information is not there. I need to fix that. Okay.
I say we properly bury these bones.
Yeah, the ring. The ring radiates divination, and the sword radiates necromancy.
Oh.
So, all right, what do you guys do?
Well, I say that we will definitely give it a proper burial at some point, but the ring and the sword are magical, so we should probably take those. The circlet would be worth something, so we should probably take it as well, and then check out that last room.
Okay.
And then get the hell out of here.
Before we do that, I want to close the chest and lock it. We'll come back for the bones.
Okay.
Hey,
so you close the chest
Hold
reload.
on. I will go over with the key that I got with the face on it and unlock it. Does it unlock?
So he closes the chest, relocks it, and then you go over the key with the face on it.
Yeah. Guys, be prepared, just in case.
I'm trying to think about leaving before you do it. Even.
It does not unlock the chest, but you hear sickening crunch, and you all begin to hear loud bangs and ear-splitting screeches like metal dragged across stone coming from inside the chest.
Oh shit.
I guess we won't be coming back for those.
Actually, you know what? Only Kenny heard that. You guys didn't hear that. Only Kenny
Oh,
heard that.
All right.
Never mind.
Okay.
Only Kenny heard that. Forgot about that little detail. Yeah.
You see Kenna turn pale and back away from the chest.
What do you guys do?
But you break your key?
No, something inside the chest is making. Can't you hear that?
No.
Oh, again. Theros, do you want to try your key? Mine doesn't unlock it.
Sure, I'll go unlock it. I'll do the same. Why? Because we are the B horror movie team.
Absolutely. Let's do all the wrong things.
So Theros is going to take his key, which is which one?
The blood.
The blood, and you're going to try and unlock the chest?
Yep.
Okay. So you put the key in the lock, and you go to turn it, and it won't turn. So as you're sitting there pondering what is going on, all of a sudden, blood begins to gush out of the hole, and it sprays all over the front of you and begins to run down the side of the chest and down your arms and your legs as blood just continues to gush out of the hole, spraying your face and getting in your eyes and in your
Pull the
mouth
key
and
out.
in your ears, and you pull the key out and it stops spraying and you're covered in blood, and blood just starts to soak through the floorboards and everything like that, dripping down probably into the room below.
Does anyone else see this, or is it just me?
Everyone sees that. You're covered in
Oh,
blood.
all right.
Yay!
Well, this is one of the few times I'm covered in blood, and I didn't put it there.
Okay, so should have just used the skull key and nothing else. Got it. Because when we open that again to get the sword and the ring, we're probably going to have to fight whatever that is.
And remember, it was Kenna's idea too. It wasn't mine.
It was my fault. Totally my
I
fault.
thought, didn't we take the ring and didn't we take that stuff before we closed it?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Okay. So we don't
So
need to
just
open it to
coming
get
back
that
for
stuff
bones.
back.
Good point. But we, I don't think. Okay.
Who has the stuff?
I think just leave it at this point.
Who has the stuff?
I think Fleegan grabbed it.
Yeah, I
Fleegan
can grab it
touched
all.
it.
Fleegan has all the stuff. Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go up to the other room. Let's
Yeah.
find out what there is besides flesh, blood, and bone.
I'll lead the way.
So Kenna leads the way. So Kenna, you.
I'm
head
betting
on.
on Gristle. Anybody want to bet Gristle?
What was that?
Tendons only.
I'm
only
betting
brains.
Gristle.
Only crystal. Only brains. Only tendons. Something like that.
Well, at this point, given
Only
the story of
cuts.
all this, it's probably only colons.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fleegan, Kimber, are you heading up there?
Theros is covered in
And
blood, and blood's coming out of his chest. Something's alive in it, Kenna says. And we're gonna leave it stuck in this chest. My mind is swimming in just the worst thoughts, and I'm not the first on that walkway, that's for sure. But I'll
Okay.
follow.
Gror, are you hanging out in the? Are you heading up there?
Come to be the last one on the bridge.
Okay.
And
All right, so
Kimber
you guys
waited
head
me
up.
out, so he can be last.
Okay,
now.
so Kenna leads the way. So here we're gonna have Gror there. Kenna leads the way. Theros follows behind her. Fleegan begins to head out of the room, and as soon as he steps out of the room onto the boards, you feel unseen claws start tearing at your back, and you scream out in pain as you take 7 slashing damage.
Jesus.
Gror, why did you do that?
Whoa.
I wanted to, but I didn't do that. I'm sure it's because you're taking the treasure. Drop it.
Definitely leave the sword in that room.
I will hand back the sword to Gror.
Okay.
Or we'll step out of the way.
Okay. You go to grab the sword to hand it to him, and you notice that it's gone.
What about the ring? And
The ring is
circlet?
gone, and the circlet is gone.
Son of a...
Yeah.
What about his liver? Is his liver still there?
That truly would be scary.
He
All
only
right.
needs one kidney.
All right, you
His
guys.
liver.
You guys head up there, and Kenna, this is what you see. The final room of this grim treehouse lies before you. Like the previous room, there are several windows and many openings in the rough boards to the cold night beyond. More candles illuminate a skeletal corpse hung from the cobwebbed rafters, and with a gleaming amulet hanging low around its neck. A battered tome lies underneath the body on the floor, while a wooden chest sits against the far wall. Jagged bits of bone covered in dried blood litter the floor, and on the right wall, a final bloody message is scratched in crimson letters reading, "Only you."
Can prevent forest fires.
I think
Or
it's
hanging
good.
skeleton.
Good because
No.
we're gonna burn this place down when we're
Yeah,
done with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Don't we cause them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we pretty much cause them everywhere we go.
Yeah, well, we're gonna
Not
go
forest fires, but
here,
real
huh?
fires.
Yeah. I will move up and aside so that everyone can, or at least some others can get in here.
That skeleton
I'll move
is
to
not
the
wearing the
second
garb
side.
of Jonas, is it?
No. That's a good question, though.
It's also not wearing the garb of the woman we followed here.
I will move
Officer
across the
or a
bridge.
female
as well.
skeleton.
What is that?
Can we tell the gender of the skeleton?
No.
Well, it's got pants on, so
Kimber
in the
wants
picture.
to
So
lean down and see if you can read the front of that manuscript.
Okay, what do you guys do? You got a skull, or you got a skeleton. You have a chest, and you have a book on the ground, and you have candles, and on the wall, written in blood, is only you.
Can you still see magical, Kenna?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah,
within
she's
10
still
minutes.
on. Okay. Yeah, the book radiates the same magic as the vellum, whatever that was.
Conjuration.
Conjuration. Yeah. The skeleton radiates necromancy.
Of course.
Um,
The medallion.
and the medallion. Hang on.
This would have been a vastly different evening had we decided not to follow the ghostly woman.
You'll have to ask Jonas how that went
One
for him.
moment, please.
Yeah.
One moment, please. I apologize for this. Let me check something. That's not what I want to open. Okay, where are they? There it is. To check something here. Yes. Okay.
How you doing, Fleegan, after taking a carving to your backside?
I'm down 8. I got 10 left.
We've got 4 potions total left over.
The parapet is abjuration.
Okay, so the abjuration on the medallion. Okay.
So what are you guys doing here?
Not me. Last time my stuff got stolen from me.
I'll pick
Do
up
we
the
have
book.
everything in the room right now that's been on the walls?
Yeah, we know only flesh, only blood,
Rolls.
Only bone and only you.
bone and only you.
Is there part of the room missing by chance?
Part of the room missing?
The map.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
from the
map
map.
is really tiny. That room.
It's only 2.5 or 1.5.
Yeah, it's only. It's
Oh, there
like
we
a-
go. That's
Sorry.
better.
Sorry about that.
That makes things a little bit better. There's.
I'll move in. I'll pick up the book and hand it to Kenna.
I'll inspect the book while Fleegan, you might want to look at that chest.
You'll see the book is ancient and made of well-worn leather on the cover, and the pages all seem to be loose sheets of vellum similar to those that you found in the stuffed bear. And each sheet in the book has a single name scrawled upon it in blood and seems to have been scratched onto the page with a jagged tool that occasionally punctures the vellum.
I'm going to put the 3 sheets, or the 5 sheets I have. Oh no. There's 5 of us. There's 5 blank sheets. We need to get the hell out of Dodge. We need to leave. Whatever this is wanting to add the 5 of us to this book.
Okay, my
Do you recognize any of the names in the book?
What about
Do
the
you
names?
recognize any of the names of the book?
Do I? I'm going to assume I don't, but
No, you do not recognize it.
So there's like no.
so Jonas's name is not in it.
Right, that's what I was getting
Jonas's
at.
name is not in there. No, you have Larry, Moe, Curly, Fred, and George.
Got it.
That's what happened to them.
Huh. No Shemp. He got away.
Jimmy.
Daryl, my brother Daryl, and my other brother Daryl.
No, yeah, exactly.
What do you guys do?
I think we should just leave and get out of here. Try to find Jonas and get gone.
Well, the writing was done with something sharp and pointy, but we don't have anything sharp and pointy besides just swords.
Yeah, I'm not writing my name in here, so
Oh, that one sword you said gave off a necromantic aura.
yeah, so does the skeleton.
Well, they can't finish the book if they don't have it.
So you're saying burn the book?
Well, don't let them have the book, whoever them are.
Why don't we
Yeah.
just start burning the place down? We'll start with this room and work
But-
our way back down and get
You
out of
see,
here.
Every
You
time
see
we
the,
mess with
you
something,
see-
it just reappears.
as you guys are talking, you begin to notice that the bones that are laying on the floor that seem to be kind of sharp and have blood, dried blood on them, begin to kind of rattle and jump on the floor.
Oh.
All right, let's go, guys.
And then after about 10 seconds or so, they kind of settle back down.
But what
Those
about
are
that specter we're supposed to be
Hid
helping?
for 10 seconds.
So those are probably the bones that were used from each individual, including their blood. So it's their flesh, their blood, and their bone that is used to put the name in the book.
So it's all about the book then.
It's all about that book,
Do-
No, it's not.
So, are they asking for us to be freed, or is this a trap?
I don't know. If we can free them, I want to free them. If it's a trap, I don't want to die.
The question is, should we destroy the book here or just take the book out of here?
Take it out. See what's in that chest, Fleegan.
What about cutting down the skeleton?
Well, it radiates necromantic magic, but it may
Yeah.
not be undead, so you could cut it down.
I'd say just leave it either way. I also don't think we should try to carry that book, since trying to carry the sword caused problems with Legan. Maybe we can throw it out the doorway?
Or do we have any? Does anybody have
Maybe
a
we
magic
put it in the-
weapon they can cut it with? We don't, do we?
Or we can put the book in the chest or something. I don't know. Put it away. What's in the chest?
The
Is
What's in the
chest
chest?
is
What's in the
locked.
chest? What's in the chest?
The chest is locked with a nice big keyhole in it.
I'll try to pick it because we got keys.
Okay, go ahead and give me your sleight of hand check to pick it.
I bet it's the face of Kenna.
You feel like you had a pretty good opportunity to try and pick the lock, but you are unable to.
Huh.
Here, put in a key. I'll put it in the blood key and turn it.
The key that has Kenna's face on it. Only you.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Alright.
Let me do this, guys.
All right, I'll let you do it.
So the which key? The blood key or the face
No,
key?
the face key.
Okay. So
Damn, if something bad happens, and I wish I kept my mouth shut.
okay, yeah, you stick the key in the lock and you unlock, and the chest pops open a hair. Do you lift the lid on it?
Yes.
We might want to move you around.
You open up the chest and you find the chest completely empty.
Okay.
Well, I'll put the book in there and lock it.
That's what I'm thinking.
With the 5 blank sheets.
Yeah, I don't know about the 5 blank sheets being in it. If you think they're pertaining to us, I don't want it to be around that book.
I don't want to continue carrying them if they're supposed to be one for each of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
Okay,
sheet's
so
here
I'm gonna
and
put
throwing
the
the book out the window or doorway.
I'm going to put the sheet and the books in the chest, close it, and lock it with the key.
Okay. You do just that, and nothing of consequence seems to happen.
Then I
I feel like
suggest...
we're playing Myst.
Yeah, exactly. Then I suggest we get out of here, burn this place, and head back. Try to find Jonas. Try to find what happened to him.
You know, the necklace on that skeleton hanging upside down might be... Is it hanging around its neck or around its jaw?
It's hanging around its neck, but because it's upside down, it's kind of dangling. Up over, kind of by its, the top of its head by its jaw.
What did that radiate?
Abjuration.
Abjuration. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, did you guys say that you were leaving?
You want to get the necklace or not?
Well, everything else we've grabbed has gone away, so I suppose we can try it. And if we're going to be able to get away with it, it's going to come with us. If not, it's going to teleport back over here.
I just feel like we were brought here for a reason, and I don't want to leave this person hanging upside down in some kind of trapped.
All right. Well, it does look like
enchantment.
it does look like that. It was wrapped up, right? It doesn't look like it was put there
It's
on
tied
its
up.
own will,
Yeah.
right?
No.
So, you want to cut it? You want me to cut it down?
I don't have a cutting item, but I'll help you get it down.
All right. We'll take down the skeleton.
What if the necklace is keeping the skeleton from being undead, and by removing the necklace, we're going to create this thing to come alive?
Well, we could leave the necklace on it if you want, but something's just not right here.
Okay, so you guys are gonna cut down the skeleton?
Yep.
Okay. You go to cut down the skeleton, and your hand kind of brushes towards it as you're trying to get around it where you can cut it down, and your hand actually goes through it, and you recognize that the skeleton is illusion.
Is it casting shadows on walls?
Yeah, but the shadows seem to be appropriate too. No,
Okay.
no, it is no,
No?
it is not. No, it is not. It is not.
No
casting
shadow.
No
Okay.
shadow.
How about the
Yes,
necklace? Is it showing?
The necklace is not casting shadows.
Does my hand pass through the necklace?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's get out of here. I don't like
Start
this.
burning.
Yep.
As you turn to leave, you see the ghostly specter with the red eyes standing upon the
Bridge.
catwalk there, looking at you, and instead of beckoning you to follow at this point, it seems to be holding its hand out as if it's holding a book, and it seems to be taking a sharp object and scratching in the book.
Kill that thing. I'm going to fire my bow at it.
Okay. So go ahead and make an attack roll, please. Okay. Your arrow seems as if it would have hit it dead center, but it passes right through it, and it does not change the motion that it's making whatsoever.
Is it doing it in a malicious fashion or more like a gesturing fashion?
I don't know how you could tell whether it's malicious or gesturing unless you explain to me what you're thinking.
Well, I'm just like, is it looking at us while it's trying to scribble in the book, the imaginary book that it's got in its hand, or is it looking down at the book? Do the eyes have more of a kind of an
downward
open
cast
downward cast, or more like almost like staring through you type?
No, it's got a downward cast of the book as if it's intent on what it's doing.
Go give the book to it.
No. I'm going to take the book out and I'm going to tear it to shreds. I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to cut every single page in half.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Do you guys agree with that?
I don't think that's what it wants.
Wasn't it the one wanting us to come here anyways?
Yes.
Don't give it the extra sheets of paper, but you can give it the book.
Nobody told it their name to it.
Could we
Yeah,
detect
definitely,
good
but-
and evil to see if
Maybe it's
feels
trying to
like it's
tell
good or
us
evil?
to do that.
Pull out my holy symbol and I tell it, "Be gone, beast from the dark side."
Oh, give me a persuasion, please. Okay. It doesn't seem to acknowledge which continues to just do the same thing it's doing, as if it's trying to scratch in the book.
Do we see a spectral book in its hand, or do we just see it like mimicking like it's writing in a book?
It seems to be as if it's holding a book. You don't see a book, but
Okay.
it seems as if it's writing in a book and scratching. You know, that's what you surmise.
I'm going to pull out the book from the chest. I'm going to pull the first page, and I'm going to cut it in half and see what it does.
Okay, so you just slash the first page in half.
Yep. You said they were loose leaves, so I'm grabbing
yeah.
the one and I'm just slashing it.
Yeah. You're afraid something crazy is going to happen, and nothing happens when you do that.
Fuck.
If everything here is illusion, let's just walk out.
Seems like, yeah, and we're necessary in the room. It would seem if it says you, right? And she always disappears if we try to follow her. So shouldn't we just try to follow or reach the specter?
I put my shield out and I just walk through her.
Of course, we're probably just going to end up fighting where we're supposed to anyway. Then, but
So what's the plan? What's your final answer? What are you gonna do?
I hold my shield with the symbol of Kismia on it, and I hold it up so I don't have to look at her, and I walk through her.
Okay. And that is exactly. So you just walk right through, and nothing.
Yep, I'm going to take the book and I'm leaving with it as well.
Okay. As you pass out of the room with the book,
Mm-hmm.
you feel very light. Cut yourself pretty severely and lost a lot of blood in a very short amount of time, and you almost faint to the ground as you pass through the door onto the catwalk. In fact, you go down on one knee and you're completely exhausted, you feel like your blood has been drained.
I'll go over and help her.
Okay.
I drop the book in front of me and I cast Firebolt into it.
Okay. You drop the book in front of you, and as you're preparing that split second to cast the firebolt at it, it doesn't even hit the ground before it just vanishes. And you hear a thud, and Fleegan sees the book fall on the floor where it was laying when you came in.
Ah, son of a...
Burn it.
The book is back!
Burn it all.
What did the book radiate as a type of magic?
Did the book radiate magic?
The book did radiate magic, and that was necromancy. No, evocation. I'm sorry, evocation. Evocation.
Jester's
Alright.
back at camp. Love this place.
You guys gonna head out and burn the place down?
I almost want to put my name in the book and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of at that point too.
Just go open up that chest too. Is there still blood and stuff in this room?
There's blood on the floor in the room. You know, a pool of blood that's dripping down the floor into the room below. But yeah, from the blood that gushed out of the chest, there he is. So what do you guys want to do? We're getting kind of close to the end of the evening.
Yeah, we are.
Want to finish up here?
Well, it's still in the room. I'm going to firebolt it from here.
I think you would have to get the blood from downstairs to write your name into the book.
Trey, I think you're muted. I think I saw you talking. I'm sorry.
Fleegan should open the chest in the second room again now with the bone key. And see if the stuff's back in there in the same condition.
Okay.
And then maybe we can at least take the circlet with us. Gain something from this.
All right. So what's your guys' final decision? I'll let...
Was there anything in the blood room that required a key to open that we found?
in the base of the tree house with the...
Yeah.
No.
No locks. Okay.
Because we have 3 keys and only 2 locks.
Yeah, but also there's
Locked when we go back downstairs, though.
there's the potions on the first floor that are blood-like as well. So maybe you're supposed to use that to write your name in.
I'm not writing my name in this book. I think this book needs to be destroyed.
It's what my character would do.
How many
At all.
pages?
I'm gonna walk up to go back in the room to where the book is sitting on the floor, and I'm firebolting it.
Okay.
I am burning it to a cinder.
All right. Anybody object to that?
I'm leaving the room before
Okay.
she blows it up.
Well, I don't think the book's going to be destroyed because it just seems to reappear.
It can't leave this room. That's what I'm seeing from it. Just like those other items can't leave the other room.
So you firebolt the book, and
Yep.
the book catches fire and begins to burn.
Good.
And burn, and then all of a sudden the treehouse begins to catch fire
Run.
as the flames from the burning book begin to spread on the dry wood of the ancient treehouse, and you hear a screech, and the treehouse begins to shudder and shake, and you start to see on the walls blood start coming out of the wood and start to drain down the walls, and it flows down the walls as scariness of all of this takes hold.
Is this area open to the outside?
That area is open to the outside, but it's a good oh gosh, what is that? That's probably 50-ish feet above the ground. at that point, and blood starts to run down the walls, and you actually see a limb sprout forth from the wall, crashing through the boards and start reaching for you with the
Everybody out.
claws of sticks. And the tree begins to shake even more, and you hear kind of a low moaning.
Everybody out. Theros, go.
Kimber,
Yep,
hurry
I'll
up.
move
We
out.
have goats and dogs to save.
Okay.
Now, as soon as Theros is out and I'm out here, I'm going to stand here and guard this area until everybody else is gone.
Okay.
Looks like more of them. This is a Venus flytrap, is what this is.
Okay, so as you guys pass into the next room, you see blood starting to spray from the walls, and some of it sprays on you a little bit, and it burns a little bit as you're going by. Each person take 1 point of damage, please. And the limbs start to sprout out from the walls and try and grasp at you as you're going by, and they scrape and give you tiny cuts as you're heading down the ladder. And one of them tries to grab Gror's ankle as he's getting down into the main portion of the room at the bottom of the ladder, and he's able to kick it off. And you see blood dripping from the ceiling into that room as you're heading down, and it's dripping gobs upon you as you make your way out of the treehouse. And I'll let you all basically make your way out, but just feel the horror of the tree coming to life and trying to attack you and grab onto you and keep you from leaving this horrific place.
I grab up Fleegan and cast Featherfall from my apprentice ring and leap.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you guys leap off and float both down to the ground. And then Kimber and Theros, you guys head down the ladder, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think I'll be helpful and feed it.
You guys run down and leave the treehouse. You see the treehouse kind of shaking back and forth, and you see one of the upper shack of that room that you were in is engulfed in flames at this point, and it's burning, and it's kind of shaking back and forth, and it's moaning. What do you guys do?
Light the base on fire.
And then back away.
Okay. So you guys set the rest of the tree on fire.
Goat
and it
for
begins
safety.
to very quickly engulf in flame. And you see the spectral
Throw the teddy bear in.
Is that what you do? Fleegan?
I think keep the teddy bear.
Fleegan, do you throw the teddy bear into the tree?
Did the teddy bear radiate?
Nah.
dead?
It did.
That's
He's still
right.
got the teddy bear on his
Yeah, it's abjuration. It was abjuration.
I'm going to keep the teddy bear.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Well, you keep the bear. The spectral appears in front of you, and it points at the treehouse and seems to shake its head, and then it vanishes. And a very strange feeling comes back towards you, as if the world about you has become whole, real again, and you look up into the sky, no longer covered in clouds. And what catches your eye is the red star, as it seems to twinkle in the night sky, and other stars twinkle in the night sky, and the three dancers that are revolving around Luneos are actually moving again at this moment, and the trees are rustling. And it steals your attention as you look towards that. And for a moment, you feel a sigh of relief that maybe you have escaped some horrific nightmare. And as that happens, you hear a groaning next to you, Kimber, as Jonas is leaning against you. And you all wonder what has become of the conflagration behind you, and you turn around and you find yourself in an empty glade next to the trail of the tree where the two individuals were smooching right off of the King's Highway.
Son of a...
And that, my friends, is the end of Darktide's night.
What was the last thing I ate or drank?
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
So, are you severely out now?
Perfect Halloween session.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's
All right.
creepy.
I want to make us up all T-shirts that says, "I visited the teetering treehouse and all I got was this creepy-looking bear."
I got it. Creepy bear.
Does he still have the bear?
Yes, he does. Yes, you still have the bear.
Oh, wow.
I
And,
will
so-
hug him and squeeze him and call him George.
I will cuddle
Well, yeah,
him.
now you have Billy, and you have Killer, and you have George, the stuffed bear. The cute, cuddly, soft stuffed bear that has a hole in his butt.
And what will
so-
you store in your bear?
So we'll go ahead and kind of finish for
Alcohol.
the evening. I appreciate you guys going just a little bit later tonight. I think it was.
Yeah, I
fun.
got a 3-day weekend. I'm good.
And so, did you all have fun this evening?
Absolutely.
Very much so.
Good.
Yeah, this
It
is
would-
one of the best ones, I think.
Good. Well, I
It
was
was
excited,
creepy.
and you guys made it wonderful. I really appreciate your attention to it and the fun that you had with it. So well done. And for our viewers, if you enjoy this, know that this is called Darktide's Night, which is available on the Gooey Cube website for free. So if you want to run it for Halloween, I highly guarantee that you do. And my friends, thank you all for being with us tonight. And you all have a wonderful night, and may all of your adventures be sticky. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh.
Do you want to be spoiled, or do you want to run it another? I guess you can get it and read it. We'll see.
You can tell me. I'm not going to run it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to say it. You guys can spoil it if you want to, but that's fine. But actually, our second one shot that we're running at conventions is Darktide's Night.
Nice.
And, so it has a bit of a self-contained story to it, but so there you go. So I'm glad you guys all had fun tonight. Thank you for spending the time, and certainly was a lot of fun. So we will travel on from here back to the Mangy Hound in our next session and see what happens next. I think the 12th of November will be 2 weeks from tonight. Anybody have any issues with that?
I should be good.
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I don't think I can make that.
You don't think so?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, I think we got stuff that weekend, starting like that day.
Okay.
I don't know for sure.
Well, let me know. Let's pin